Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday. We're back for more Flesh and Blood TCG.
You're particularly back.
That's right.
Actually, we both got back on some weekend trips. But here's the thing: Zach went to Cincinnati, the Calling. That's I guess the last of the 3 non-nationals events this year in the US. Right.
There's technically one more Calling in Orlando in 1.5 weeks.
And is that kind of in tandem with nationals at the same time?
So the schedule is Friday. The U.S. National Championship begins. So only U.S. players can play in that. And it's 8 rounds, 3 rounds of Tales of Aria draft, followed by 5 rounds of Classic Constructed. Nice. Saturday is day 2 of Nationals, which is the exact same 3 rounds of draft, 5 rounds of Classic Constructed. Meanwhile, on Saturday, the Calling Constructed is going to be happening.
They're doing a good job there, given the second day something to do.
So anyone that goes less than 50-50 on day 1 of Nationals can't play on day 2 of Nationals.
Okay.
And so, but there's a call-in for them to participate in immediately.
Yeah, cool.
And then, of course, just like all the other ones, on Sunday is a ProQuest, but it's the opposite format of Saturday, so it's actually going to be sealed Tales of Aria.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's a good weekend, no?
Yeah, and then Sunday technically also is the top 64 cut for the Calling. It's the top 8 cut for the national championship.
So that ProQuest is the chance to squeak in there and get it done.
And really get some work done. But I think there's a fair number of international players that are actually coming in because they know a lot of those American players are going to be tied up in the national championship.
Well, they also know that they can't beat us fair and square at these Callings.
I mean, you got to take every advantage that you can.
Well, I'm just saying. Everyone
USA,
should be proud. USA. Drape me the flag. Come in. Just like start running in with the flag draped across me.
There's a whole
sunglasses.
You're aware of this, but they're not aware. There's this Hulk Hogan gif where he's in the ring and he's like pointing back at the American flag. I share that thing all the time, just constantly.
Here's the important part of that, though. You could have listened to none of it and still be on a fine place to understand what the stream's about, which is I have no idea what happened in Cincinnati.
You have some idea.
I have some idea. I was in New Orleans for my wedding anniversary. That was a huge amount of fun.
A relevant number as well.
Yeah. 5 is when apparently things start to get really hard.
Well, you guys are weird, though. You were in a relationship for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like...
That's true. 5 is considered the, the first year you're in, the honeymoon phase, et cetera, and that lasts for a while. And then you start being like, oh, no, this is another human being I've got to live with. And you're like, ah! And then so that happens for some amount of time, and then you either resolve that or get divorced.
There's a lot of
That's pretty much it. That's how marriage works. That's just the way it is.
Sometimes it goes a little different, but we won't dive into that.
But all that said, I want to know about Cincinnati, man. I haven't heard anything. I've heard about bed bugs. It's the only thing I've heard about in Cincinnati.
I mean, that's a side story you just don't want to hear about, honestly. It's the hazard of Airbnb sometimes, And then you got to wear the hazmat suits, and your wife freaks out and stuff. It's cool. Anyways,
but that's not the interesting part. Certainly, nobody wants to hear about that. Let's get to the flesh and blood content.
It was so we booked an Airbnb, staying with a couple people, including our resident rules guru on stream, Ryan Roper, was involved. And it was weird. We booked it, and like one of the cool things about booking Airbnb for like a large group is that you kind of get more of like a hangout vibe instead of like, oh, we're all going back to our hotels and like.
It's like the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way it was marketed was not what we received.
Oh, they didn't put that on the headline?
No, because it was basically 2 separate spaces. Like it was almost like a condo complex situation-ish. Anyways, and one of the people in one of the other rooms reported bed bugs. I mean, I've seen nothing. But I still had to go through the entire...
Yeah. But they were spotted, and the body was bit many times.
As far as I know, yeah.
Apparently, but we couldn't verify that, obviously.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't think HR allows for that.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyways, so Cincinnati was great. This is the 3rd Calling I've been to, right? And there's some notable things that happen. One, just about Cincinnati in general. I've never been to Cincinnati, and it struck me the weather was perfect. 50s, crisp. Oof. Overcast a little bit.
Yeah.
Great for drinking coffee. Great for walking.
Do you have a light jacket? Or a cardigan?
I had a flannel.
Wow.
I also had like a pullover thing that I wear sometimes. Anyways, that's only so relevant to this conversation.
Well, I appreciate it.
The weather was great. The city is like strikingly, it feels old.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of older buildings and like an older vibe. There were some like younger spots that feeling like newer buildings, younger crowds. Like there's a baseball stadium, a football stadium, and there's this cool like it feels like an alley, but it's really not. It's a large, nice thing, and all along it are like restaurants and bars.
Yeah, okay.
In between the two
It's like
stadiums.
the Cincinnati Bourbon Street that I was on, basically. I mean, not probably the same at all.
You went to Cincinnati Bourbon Street?
No, it was like Cincinnati's version of
Oh,
Bourbon
guy,
Street.
I was like, that's weird. They have
You're just walking
that.
down, and there's just businesses and people everywhere around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Convention Center was nice. It was probably my ranking of Convention Center niceness. Vegas was the nicest. Cincinnati was second. Dallas was third.
Vegas was the nicest?
Just in
They
terms
didn't
of
even have drinking water.
just in terms of the
They're stuck in the 20s.
the facility and like the air and the lights and the.
Okay.
But the Dallas, I will say, the Fort Worth, the area around the Convention Center, easily the best.
Yeah, that walkable, what do we call that? Sunset Square?
No.
Sundance Square. Sundance Square.
There it is.
What is it called that name?
That was my favorite
Okay.
around it area. Cincinnati was kind of like, there wasn't anything great nearby.
Did you have to Uber or
No,
could
you could walk, but I mean, you're going to get like 4 or 5 blocks before anything relevant
Okay.
at all. And it's not like, like in Fort Worth, they have the nice like water feature out there, and like there was stuff kind of any direction you went. Anyways, but there were some notable improvements. We talked last week on the podcast about how to host an incredible event.
Okay.
Most notably, Channel Fireball sent an email the night on Friday. They said, yo.
No known podcast listeners. All of Channel Fireball.
Yeah, they listened to the whole thing.
They wrote us a letter.
Immediately they responded to it. No, but they sent an email, and it was, hey, here's a video of how the sealed registration process is going to go tomorrow. Click here to watch it.
Amazing.
You click it, 5-minute video.
And you didn't even watch it. So did somebody tell you about how
I clicked it?
Okay.
I clicked.
Okay.
I clicked.
Wow.
But that was like extremely helpful. There was way less confusion in general. Like that was one of the things we were talking about. And there was something else. I forget what it was that they changed. That was the most notable. Then there was something else they changed, and I was like, oh yeah, they added an 8th round.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So in Dallas, it was 7 rounds. In Vegas, it was also 7 rounds. But with the number of people playing, it meant that you could go 5-2. And like half of the 5-2s in Dallas didn't make it to top 64. And that is really only a matter of when did you lose? Like what's your strength of schedule kind of a situation. That feels bad. Like if you go 5-2 and you don't make it because like, you lost 1 round earlier, but the person you lost to is undefeated or something. It's like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that didn't feel good.
So 67 people ended up, I think, or 69 or something like that, making it to top 64.
Wait. How is that?
So anyone at X and 2, they did 8 rounds first.
So it's a top it's a top cut, not a top 64.
That's right. And I do not know how they did a draft like that, because draft pods of 8 is what you want. So the reason I don't know is because I wasn't there. So last weekend in Dallas, I made top 64. Let me tell you this heartbreaker. So I start off 3-0.
Yeah.
I lose a game.
So far, so well.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
So I'm 3-1. That's a fine round to lose, though. Like you're far enough in that it's not like you just aren't going to be able to make it or win or whatever. The later you lose, the better for strength of schedule. So 3-0.
So you're 4 games in, 1-3, lost 1, 4 more to play.
Yep. And then my next game, I actually got to play on stream.
I saw that.
For some reason, they put a 3-1 match on stream.
Yeah.
But I was happy to do it.
It was the hair.
I think so. Yeah. I think they were actually picking the
non-briar mirrors.
Well, no, like picking certain things before the round ended on the last round, so they knew who was going to be around, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
Anyways,
fair.
So I played on stream. That if you want to watch that, I won't go too much into detail. That game's going to be available for you to enjoy.
It was a clinic.
It was a clinic. And then I'm sitting at 5-1, feeling great. It's like, this is phenomenal.
So you won 2 matches after your first loss.
Yeah. So I'm feeling good. I got 2 more rounds. If I win either of them, I make top 64, which you already know the spoiler. And then it makes sense, right? You're 5-1. At that point, 2 things are true. The people that are pretty good at the game probably have winning records. At least 4-2, 5-1. They're in that range. And the people with really good decks probably have winning records. The people with really good decks that are really good players, because it's sealed, so there's only, there's a little variance there.
Yeah.
Are also probably at the 5-1, 6-0 mark. So I ended up, the next 2 rounds I lost, unfortunately. But I played against really great opponents.
Did you make mistakes?
There's one game that, in hindsight,
Yeah.
if I had done something different, I think I can win.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could have known that at the time.
Known it going in.
It's sort of like if your opponent plays that. What's the ice card that if you don't pay gives dominate?
Yeah, the Polar Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't pay it because you got
I don't
game
think you ever pay it.
Game in hand.
Unless you're like 5.
Then they like surprise you with like a red rejuvenate or red invigorate.
Yeah, +4.
And it's like, oh, I didn't see a freeze +4 coming.
Right.
And then like suddenly
and they fused it as well.
Yeah, and then they can dominate and then like get you. It'd be a shame if that happened to anybody.
You got bamboozled, huh?
That's not what happened to me.
Okay.
That's what happened to Brendan the week before.
All right.
But no, so literally in both games, they were great games. It was clear they were really good players. Like, I don't think they were making any...
Yeah, that's the question. Like, so I felt that way too. What do you think is the defining characteristic when you feel that way? What is it about the play that you notice? They're not making bad trades?
I mean, there's like basic stuff. Like, do you get your embodiment every time an attack does damage? Or like, do you get to my turn and then you say, oh, I forgot to get my embodiment?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like...
That's what your stream opponent was doing all the time.
And usually when you're playing against someone who's really good, a lot of the little... executional things are very tight and they're not missing them, but you can also just tell. Like, I think they interviewed me after my game on stream, and like one of the clearest signs for me is when people aren't blocking. I send 8, you take 8, you swing 8 back.
Yeah, you've lost.
That's just the video record isn't up yet, right? The attacking blocking video. It's the next in the FAB Foundation thing, but like. That's just a bad trade because like I can block the 8 now, and especially with Briar, it's easier for me to block 8 after I deal damage. And now I'm up 8 health. You have tempo, right? But you traded health for that, and I'm now
8's
ahead.
A lot.
Yeah. And so if later when I have a crazy turn, I can do the same thing right back, unless you're threatening like a bunch of damage because like now I can take 10. You're only ahead by 2, but now I'm going to swing 25 back.
Yeah,
like
you've got you basically have now the time to craft your hand into something that's greater than 8 damage worth.
Yeah, and then I played a game against. Ironically, my favorite game of the day was against a guy named Riley. He ended up top 8ing. Cool. He was also the person that we registered each other's decks.
Oh wow, what a journey!
Which is an interesting game to find yourself in because it's like technically if your brain's really good, you're like. I remember what you had, right? And I remember I was registering his deck, and he had 2 of the pulses. You can only play 1, of course, but 2 different pulses. And then I want to say it was Flicker Wisp.
Mm-hmm. It's the one that's just like kind of dunks arcane damage. I don't remember how it works.
It's a 0 cost 9 attack.
Yeah.
Every time you attack this turn, it does 1 arcane damage.
Yeah.
And then, or every attack that it's +1 arcane damage basically, and that card also deals an arcane damage. And if you fuse it, it's now 2 arcane damage.
Just like every attack action now deals 1 arcane basically.
I think that was one of my 2 opponents had the flicker, and I remember getting devastated by that moment. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was just great games, and like they clearly had. I think a lot of the decks that do very well are consistently good, but also have the weird like unstoppable. Turns.
They'll also have the big turn.
Yeah, like in my deck, the moments that would happen, I had a Channel Mount Heroic in my deck. So anytime I drew that and like a blue Earth card, it was just a lot to deal with.
Yeah,
because I had you'll see the deck. I have it here. But yeah, no, it was really good. It was a very well run tournament. Everyone was happy about the extra round. Everyone was happy about the cut and no one getting breakered out.
I think it was Robert up here too. Let me see if I can find this comment because I want to call that out. Was Russell House saying they streamed the draft this time too? Apparently, the actual process of drafting. So that's fascinating to watch.
Yeah, because that's definitely. There's more player input there. Obviously, there's still the variance of you just are only going to see the cards you can possibly see. So, like, your draft deck can only be so good.
Yeah.
But that is a format that I think is, like, I'm glad it's that at Nationals, not sealed.
Yeah.
It does seem higher skill requirement.
You have a little more agency over how that goes, how that process goes, for sure. Okay, so then you went, what happened that night? Was there any kind of a get-together? Was there FAB players hanging out, or was everybody pretty serious about ProQuest the next day?
Well, everyone was pretty serious about ProQuest. Yeah. Found us an awesome sushi place. I think it's called Mr. Sushi. And 4 p.m. to close Sunday through Saturday, half price sushi.
Wow.
And it was good.
How do you? Wow. Okay.
So it's
That's
downtown.
kind of the whole.
I think the
there.
point is that like business people are eating lunch in the day, and it's not half price.
Yeah.
And then they're going very
eat
cost
the rich,
efficient
man.
to like
All right.
get people in at night, kind of a thing.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, that was really good, and then we kept it chill because the ProQuest is a grinder.
Yeah. Tell me about that grinder.
So
You played in it, right?
Yeah. I didn't.
Now, was Brendan using the same old Briar deck? Have you guys finally uncorked this thing? People have seen the lists at this point and stuff, right?
It's posted. Yeah, he and I are playing the same deck. We've been, new heroes come out. You got to explore it, and I think she's good. She's interesting. There was a Lightning Briar deck as well.
That was just heat.
That was also doing work, but it ended up being Chain and Bravo in the finals, which is funny. And then my boy Bravo got it.
We finally arrived, back where we started.
But the thing that makes it a grinder is it's at 8:30 a.m. So you can't go out on Saturday night.
Right, no.
Because like that's way too early.
You can't even go in. I mean, it's like that's early.
And then it's at least at these it's constructed so like it's 6 rounds, which is a 6-hour tournament. And you really, because of the number of rounds they're doing and the number of players, you need to say anything? You can't really lose before round 3. Like you need to go 3-0 to start the day. If you do lose in round 1 or 2, you probably just, unless you are just having a good time.
That's a jungle down there too.
Yeah,
you can have that Kano show up randomly. You're like, oh wow.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I went 3-0, which is good. I was feeling pretty good about it, and then lost in the 4th round to Chain. I think he's got a very good match against Briar specifically, as you see that it did pretty well in the tournament. And then won the next game, and then I was 4-1 again on the last game, where it's probably if I win I make the cut, if I lose I'm done, and lost. But it's
What'd you lose to?
Kano.
Oh my god, Kano 4-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, it was the apparently the Kano player that also top 4 to Road to Nationals, the only one that did it.
I think I watched this video.
Yeah.
You have Arcane Barrier?
I have Arcane Barrier 3.
Oh.
So he was not.
What do you pay for it?
I mean,
is it ever worth paying? That's the thing I ran into sometimes. Like I have it, but I don't want to pay for it. I do nothing on my turn.
Well, I think if you're playing Azalea, then yes, that's true.
Hey.
So
that would happen anyway.
I think the right way to approach the match, at least for me, on Arcane Barrier 3 is anytime they're doing a single instance of that much, you just pay it if you have a blue. I mean, I had like 20 blues in my deck or something, so like...
Not a big deal.
That's a good amount. You're going to see a decent number of blues. But I do have a lot of reds in my deck too, so like some hands, it's not good.
They can toast you.
And there was a hand that I happened to be on the reds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And... he hit the blazing on top of blazing,
like a random
double blazing.
Scoop? Yeah.
And I was feeling very good until that moment, and then it was like I know I'm in kill range.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was at like 16, 17, so he's just slowly doing a couple, and then I literally present lethal, like 4 or 5 past lethal. I have 1 resource floating, 1 card in hand, and the 1 card's a red, but I'm wanting him to think it's a blue, right?
Yeah, just not even try, just lose the game.
Because the decision Kano players typically have to do is, do I block or do I go for it? And if I go for it and miss, I lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pressure point that's happening. So he could block it. It wasn't dominate or anything. It was just like, I think it was an 8, and I was in an Arcane and 11.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, you're taking the Arcane, you're down to 7. So you have to block with at least 2 cards here to not die.
Yeah.
And if you're blocking with 2, you probably are just full blocking because you just don't like your hand. So he popped his Talismanic Lens.
Oof. Yeah.
Looks at the top 2. And leaves it.
No.
Right?
It's not what you want.
But then he's sitting there doing the math for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just like... The reason is...
Looking displeased.
Yes.
That's a good look. That's what you want out of a Kano.
That's like, okay, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, cool.
And I'm sitting there.
I'm happy,
it's like 8 minutes of I have game on table.
You just wait and
it's
see.
Like, are you going to pay to play or not? So what he actually ends up doing is cracking the boost to play something as an instant.
Ugh. Once they crack this storm, you know that it's like, oh, no.
It's like, well, in my mind, it's like he's going for it. And like...
But you have a red in hand. So he has to assume that if he's going for it, he's got a good shot at it, right?
So he cracks that. He does the little graspy thing for +1. He does the staff for +1. End of the story is that he does the chain lightning. That's the one that does 2 separate for 7/7, but it's really 1 instance of 14. And I'm at 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 1 floating resource and 1 card in hand. So
if it's a yellow,
if it's a yellow or a blue, I just don't die, and then he loses the game.
You don't have any word spell void on your equipment,
I sure didn't, no. So then I died. It was a great game. And, he ended up not making the cut. I found out after the game, this is rough. I found out after the game that he lost his first round.
Oh.
Which meant he actually had 0 chance. Yeah. He just went and knocked 5 people out of having a chance at winning the tournament for bragging rights.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny though.
Yeah,
but it's a bummer.
Yeah, so it's a grinder though because literally the prize structure in the calling, it's at least like so top 64 gets you get a draft, which is fun, and you get free entry into the Pro Quest. So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Top 32 means you draft again. And that's when the money starts. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
never been there.
32 or 16.
And then
I had to talk to my lawyer about that.
Yeah, and 16 is more money or whatever. But like top 8, everyone gets a cold gold. Everyone gets a PTI. It's like a big deal.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
But in the Pro Quest, the winner gets a gold Arcanite Skull Cap. The winner gets a PTI. Second place gets 2 boxes of unlimited.
Oh my god! Seriously? Oh my gosh, dude, that is crazy.
So like when I'm it's Saturday night at 10 p.m.
It's the Pro Quest,
and
only one.
Yeah, it's like Saturday night at 10 p.m. It's like, well, you want to hang out, or you want to go to bed and wake up really early, play Constructed all day,
and take just a threading the needle's chance
and then
at winning first.
Winning is hard. You know what I mean?
Put it on the board.
Yeah. It's just like winning a 300-400 person tournament. There's the odds are just so like if it was top 8.
Yep.
Like even me going 4-2, I was super close to top 8. But like even top 8, it's just like now you just have a chance to win 3 more in a row against the best players here to get to win. Yeah. Not that it's all about that stuff, but like when I'm thinking about what would be a good time today, would I rather sleep in and then go do some drafts in the afternoon and hang out with people that it's like I already did the grindy tournament yesterday, you know? So like more and more.
You're just getting old.
More and more of those Pro Quests to me are just like suspect.
So you're just not worth it for you.
There's some people that I think it is obviously when you win, it's really worth it. But
yeah, definitely.
I just don't know for me, losing out on like going out Saturday night and then like having to chill Sunday. It just extends the like seriousness.
That at least is kind of nice that if you lose in the first 3 rounds, you just drop it and move on.
That is
but
nice.
You still have to make the 830 commitment to lose. You know, like you have to get there having not gotten the benefits of not having to do that. Then you lose and you're like, okay, I have all my day ahead, but you would rather really have been able to reverse time and be like, well, okay, then I'm not going to mess around with going to bed early.
And then like I did exactly the worst thing, which is...
You got close.
I won enough not to drop early, but then also didn't make it anyway. So here we are.
Classic. Now,
but I had a good time. A lot of good opponents. A lot of awesome people that I met.
Good excitement. Was it bigger or smaller than Dallas?
It was bigger than Dallas.
That's incredible.
People thought it was going to be smaller.
Yeah,
at least
because everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right. Yeah, I think the Texans were the ones responsible for that narrative.
You know, who could have thought?
Yeah.
Self-aggrandizing Texans?
I think there were 560 in this.
Never heard of that before.
My mom's from Texas. Watch out. Anyways, Saturday I think was 560 or something, and then Sunday I think was actually smaller, the Pro Quest, but I'm not sure. Now I did have an experience that I want to share with everyone that I think would be informative.
Did you get engaged or something?
And helpful. No. So round 2 of the Pro Quest, sit down to play. Playing against a guy. Awesome, very fun. I had a lot of time to talk to him. You'll hear why in a second. So we're about to set up.
Deck check?
About to set up. We roll the dice. See who's going first. We shuffle up. We draw our opening hands. I'm looking at my opening hand. I'm going first. He's on Prism. I love that. I feel good in that match with that particular deck. And so I'm looking at it. And the judge comes up and says, hey, we're going to do a deck check.
They take that. They rip that hand from you.
Yeah. It's like, and I had a good hand. It's like, put your hand on top of your deck. Make sure your sideboard is separated from your deck so that whatever, put them in your box, hand them over.
I had to do that once as well.
And it makes sense because like if you're going to try to slide one by, it's like that's the time to do it. Not like before you even sit down, they're like, oh, hand us your deck box. And it's like, oh, okay, here's the box without the stuff in it. Yeah. So they go away and like they're gone for a while.
Yeah, it takes a while, doesn't it?
They come back and they're talking to my opponent, and we had probably 15 minutes to chat. It was a long thing, and anyways. So they are talking to him like, "Hey, we're gonna talk to you over here," and I'm like,
"You or him?"
Him. So at first, then they go, and
you're like, "Oh, free win coming up."
Another judge sits down across from me, and I'm like, "Uh-oh, what's happening?"
It was a bamboozle.
And so they're talking to him. Now I'm sitting there, and she's like, "All right, so we noticed something about your sleeves." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And so she had my deck, and she showed it to me.
She said, "You've been running a Dragon Show versus Katana contest. No. We know, and we would like to."
Yeah. So she was like, when you look down, and it was I don't have the sleeves anymore. I threw them away. But there were certain sleeves that like the tops of them were a little wavy, and like if you looked straight down at the deck, you could see, right? So I guess technically, like if you had the tops of your deck facing you, and you were really doing one of those numbers, you could tell.
You could tell the wavies from the non-wavies.
Yeah. So she was like, and then she's like, and I was like, uh-oh. And then she was like,
boom.
She was like, we noticed a pattern. And that's when I was like, oh no, what do you mean a pattern? And she starts laying stuff down, and I start noticing a pattern. These are all the cards from my Viscera deck. It's the generic Runeblade stuff that is in both decks, right? Like I only have.
You don't swap the sleeves; you just swap the cards, leave them in the sleeves.
That's why I have thousands of the same sleeves, so that I can just have a bunch of decks built and move stuff around. So it's Command and Conquer, it's Sonata Arcanix,
and they're like, these are all the good cards.
Plunder Run. Yeah. It's you go down. It's the generics or the Runeblade cards. And as soon as she's flipping them over, I go, I know exactly what's happening. It's like, those are from my Viscera deck. And she's like, what's a Viscera deck? And I was like, oh, that's the other Runeblade. Like, I can play these cards in both decks. So, like, I have the same sleeves and I swap them around. And then she's like, oh, well, we're going to have to give you a warning, right? So I got my first official warning. I don't know what that means.
But you didn't get the IP or whatever.
No. I thought that was I thought I was done. It's round 2 in the Pro Quest. It's like, if you lose, it's over. Yeah. And like, if I get an IP, it's like, I'm just going to go have a coffee or something. And she's like, we're going to give you a warning when you're going to need to replace your sleeves and just be mindful of that in the future. So that's a good warning to like examine your sleeve, because they all were Dragon Shield mats, but like the Viscera deck I've been playing a lot for months.
I think they were katanas.
The Fellowship Blood cards all have Dragon Shield on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just good to be mindful of. That could have easily cost me a tournament, let alone I don't know if they really suspected me of something, what that could actually mean. I don't know what the official rules are.
If they think you're doing it on purpose, which is obviously entirely subjective, but you're out. You're out of the tournament, and there may be more long-term consequences for them.
But where
it said you lost the old-fashioned way later in the tournament.
That's right. Where it took a turn is that then they were still talking to my opponent over yonder, and at some point he comes by, picks up his stuff, and walks away.
Didn't say anything. Judges didn't say anything?
Well, then I went up to judge, and I was like, what happened?
We have a new issue. My opponent is not here anymore.
And I ended up actually talking to him later. Apparently, it was a similar situation for him, and he was just we'd already been talking about both of us being hesitant to even play in the Pro Quest because like we're just tired and like not sure if we're ready for this day. And given that he's playing Prism, he knows the match is going to be grindier. It's going to take time. We're already like 30 minutes behind, and so they're going to have an extension. It's going to be this whole tournament thing, and so he was just frustrated and done.
Yeah.
And so he went to go eat.
Okay. So you got a free win.
And I got a free win. But yeah, it was just like a weird moment, right? Proper tournament stuff. But when you get to these pro level things, I don't know. It's just
if it's gonna be pro level, I guess you gotta take that with the territory, huh?
I never even come close to something like that, and so it's just like all of a sudden it was just a surprise because we're getting the flow, about to start that game, and then like right off the rails.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it goes off the rails. I remember being so nervous when I was getting deck checked for sealed because like it was like, what if one of the registration boxes is off? What if I marked red instead of blue, or the person registering my deck marked yellow instead of blue? and then it looks intentional, and they think that I'm cheating, and then you start dramatizing the whole thing, and it's like, oh, what if I get kicked out of this, and then everybody thinks that I'm a cheater for the rest of my life, and it's like, oh no, everything's fine. Okay, cool. Just play the game. So
apparently, in the 6th round of the ProQuest, the judge came back over with the decks and handed it to him, and he was like, "Just so you guys are aware, this is the first round where there have been no issues. Congratulations on the game, both fist bumps."
Wow. Okay, so yeah, be aware, huh?
Yeah, it's all kinds of little stuff, right? The
New sleeves before you go,
wrong
sometimes.
equipment, how the sleeves matching, like the back of sleeves being dented, etc. So like, it's just a whole process. You just got to be clean. I mean,
all right.
Slings
Yeah,
narrows
I'm glad, because I thought about using my Dragon Shield Classics going to Dallas, but they do dimple really easily. And I was scrolling down and I noticed like half of them have marks on them. And I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time with that, right?
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, so that's a heck of an experience, man.
Anything in chat? I haven't been following that at all. It was just Joe Solo quoting my win in his heart.
Yeah, I like Cardboardcast here saying I did not do Quest and enjoyed my chill Sunday using up draft vouchers. It's always good. Trace Mock has said, "Hey Zach, got to briefly meet you at Cincy. Glad to hear the recap. What a long weekend. Did you meet a lot of folks?"
Yeah, so a lot of really nice people there. It was a great event. Tons of just incredible people. A lot of new people to the game.
Yeah.
Like, I think the North is a little newer.
Did you let down the facade of being a nice person ever? Or were you able to maintain the illusion of your camera presence?
I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Just trying to cheat your sleeves and stuff.
Right when you step out of the convention center,
I remember, so I was re-sleeving my deck, right? I went and got new sleeves and was doing it.
Yeah.
And then Brendan came up. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I told him, and he looked, and he was like, "Yeah, that's pretty bad."
Now, he went top 4 with that deck, right?
He did.
The Briar deck.
Yeah, and then he got slayed.
Yeah.
It's a thing. So we're about to be deep in this national season. It's a week from this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think the weirdest thing about the ProQuest is it feels like a lot of people are playing a reliable deck that is not the deck. Right, everyone thinks they've got the deck that they're going to play in a couple weeks at nationals.
Right, that's not here at the ProQuest.
So we saw Bravo and Chain, we saw Prism win last weekend in Dallas. And you see Briar's kind of showing. You see some really cool Lexi lists. There was a Death Dealer Lexi list that showed up top 8 in the ProQuest.
Ooh, the old snapshot grind.
Yeah, and so I think there's a lot of interesting decks now, but I have a feeling nationals is going to be something special.
Yeah.
That's what people
There's going to be some heat, right? There's going to be unexpected heat. We may see our first truly broken Flesh and Blood deck at Nationals. What we will probably actually see, though, is basically what we've seen in the ProQuest already.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One thing I will say,
says stuff, right?
Fun story. I think you'll get particular humor out of this because it's kind of just hilarious towards Brendan. Brendan hosts the Arsenal Pass podcast that we are fans of, and
you're our rivals.
Yeah. So I'm there chatting with Rob and Brendan.
Rob was there as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
He was on commentary, man.
Really? Yeah. That's right. I knew he was going to do commentary.
Yeah. And we're chatting.
That probably saved you guys.
Someone walks up, and it's really. As I know, a lot of people are hesitant to say something at these events.
Yeah.
But it really is great. It's refreshing to get so many people saying kind things. So if you did say something to me in Cincinnati or said hi, you were definitely not a burden, and I appreciate you saying something. But someone was walking by, and they really wanted to say, they were saying, "Thanks for the content. You guys got me into the game. Love what you do, etc." And then noticed that it was Brendan there. Mm-hmm. It's like, "Oh, I love your stuff too." And then he looks for a second, and he goes, "You're a lot smaller than I expected." And then Brendan just like doing this, and then the guy just walks off. And I'll tell you what.
Let it be so good for him that I was not there in that moment.
And I will say, Brendan,
I would never have let that go.
He took it in stride, right? Like he was not. It was just funny.
It's just funny because it's such good shape ultimately, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
and he's
cares
not like
about himself.
He's not particularly short or like. And so like after the guy walked off, Brendan was just like, "What did he mean? Like, what was he expecting?"
That's awesome.
So I thought that was very funny. So consistently, I would when I would walk up to Brendan, I would be like, "You look a lot smaller than I expected."
Thank you for telling me that. I will be using that for the next
told him I would
5
tell
years.
You that. Yeah.
On that note, hey, talking about positive comments, this is something that actually I've been racking my brain around how to handle this. I think I might send an email or something or get some kind of a program in. But If you bought the Majestic stuff, thank you. If you're a subscriber to First Edition or the Blitz decks or the Unlimited, thank you for that as well. That's amazing. That allows us to do what we do. And if you like those things, if you actually leave a review on our website for those items or on Facebook, like here's what happens on Facebook
Or Google.
All that happens, and you'll see this with every business, right? You get on there, and I'm looking up where to eat the other day, and it's like, see, you know, places 4.5, 1 star is like the top. It's like, you know, they didn't fill my water enough, and the steak was mediocre, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And people just have all these crazy issues, and then the vast majority of people, you know, we go there and the place is packed. It's just like everybody loves it. But the people who actually say something are the ones who are having issues a lot of times that you're not really the source of. So all that to say, any kind of positive reviews are hugely meaningful for us. It's nice to be able to see that positive commentary because Zach and I get to experience it face-to-face so often at these kinds of events, but the rest of our team here does not always get to do that. So it's really nice to have those kinds of things that we can read and engage with during like our team meetings, for instance. So if you do engage with any of our services, or just with us as a brand, leaving comments or reviews wherever those things are relevant on the website, on the products, or just on Facebook or Google or whatever, hugely helpful. So that's the marketing message for today.
Yeah, beyond helpful.
Also wanted to say, Maximilian Zart, do you see this guy?
Yeah, I saw that. I remember Max.
Had a weird experience where Zach clipped me for an 11 damage CNC with Go Again and Arcane. I'd prefer not to see that hand again. Also, he's a wonderful opponent. Well, that's really nice. That was that Briar deck, clearly. Yeah, that thing is...
Yeah, you know, Bramble Spark.
Disgusting.
Command and Conquer, Swing the Sword.
Disgusting.
Or Earthward Surge,
Ah.
etc. Yeah. Zemo, you know, I definitely appreciate this. Either way, saying I saw you and Brendan and a couple others head to the corner of the cafe at the convention. And I wanted to say hello, but I also wanted to give you some privacy to strategize. So... I appreciate that, but
yeah, you guys are practically teammates now, right?
Feel free to say hi. I mean, we play a lot of FAB.
Using each other's decks.
You know.
I would never dream of it.
I think you would.
All I want to do is make fun of Alex's decks when he sends them to me. That's all I do. I'm a sounding board for ideas.
Between the sealed...
I say, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. And he's like, no, it's really good. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. See you in the top 8 there, Alex.
We'll see who gets there first.
Yeah.
Between the sealed and the constructed as well, speaking of Alex...
how was it? What did he look like? I've never seen Alex before. Average?
Tall,
not small like Brendan.
younger than expected. Yeah, not small like Brendan.
Okay,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, he was normal sized. You know.
How old does he look? 20s?
Yep, 20s. Hey, Alex,
does he
if
look
you're
like
out there,
he look like a young me?
You know what he actually reminds me of?
Long
is
hair, medium hair?
a little
No
bit.
hair.
Our friend Evan
Which Evan?
Johnson.
This one?
No,
No, other Evan.
Evan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taller?
That vibe. No,
Or as tall?
similar.
Okay.
Similar vibe.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good vibe.
Great.
Congrats,
great.
Alex.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Alex is great. But the point I was going to make is between those two events, I think I played like their entire meta.
Mm-hmm.
I played two or
The
three.
Kano was from their meta.
2 or 3 of them in sealed, 2 or 3 of them in constructed. It was just like every time I play, I was like, oh yeah, you played my friend Mike.
That
you
must
played my
mean
friend this.
they're good.
They are definitely good.
They're good enough to get to that upper mid tier of a tournament.
Got the jobs. Also, our good friend Jonathan Benton,
Jonathan.
his son Alexander, made top 32.
Oh, good. Congrats.
Which is great.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah, I remember those Tennessee guys used to be good at games. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the younger generation is
They're
at
back.
least able
the number
to.
of people that are playing this
pull it
game
up.
from old games. 2 notable people that I ran into as well that you will remember. One was Grant Hollywood.
Oh, man. I'm so glad that he's playing something.
He gave Brendan one of Brendan's losses in the Swiss. Another person that's notable, that gave Brendan. I just keep picking on Brendan, but it just happened. Matt Coles, my former
Really?
Star Wars
Matt's-
LCD TV2 World Championship
Matt's
teammate.
back in the game. Okay, let's go.
Which is cool. There's just a lot of really good players, and you can feel it. And there's a lot of good Magic players apparently coming over.
Yeah.
And so like, for me, my performance, I ended up going 1 game out both events. And I definitely think I have a lot of room still, a year and a half in, to go to get to that next level.
Yeah.
But I can also feel the general population getting better,
Mm-hmm.
and the quality of players that exist is a lot.
So basically, it's narrowing now. No free wins just from inexperience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
We're just normal players.
I'm very excited to see like the skirmish season that's coming up. Side note, we're hosting one of those on the 20th in Tulsa.
You want
Info
to
on
link
the
that?
website.
Can you link that? Or can we not do that?
I can do that.
I like our new Flesh and Blood talk show that we host. This is pretty fun.
Well, you weren't there with me, so
and now here's our next bit.
But I'm really excited for like a Road to National season, where you have these more
like localized. Yeah, that's it. Skirmish Saturday, I think that's it.
Just more local stuff going on, because like, you know, I had the previous season where like I didn't quite make the cut in the first event, then I did make the cut, and like I feel like if it happened now, I'm so much better than I was 2 months ago. Like crazy. But I think the same thing is true for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, essentially, again, a lot of these tournaments just kind of let you gauge where your skill's at compared to other people. And so like I want to see that again.
Right.
National Championship's going to happen. I'm going to see it real quick in a certain kind of way.
We're going to see a lot, aren't we? So for today's stream, a couple of things that we can do. You wanted me to look at the sealed pool, maybe?
We don't have to. I have one last sealed box.
Aw.
That'd
be fun.
Before we're getting into what I assume is constructed.
Yeah, we can at least take a look at that and just show the people what you worked with.
Yeah.
And then also I wanted to just crack open, what do you think it means for the game to see Chain top to a Pro Quest after the banning?
I mean, so when I first started, you'll remember, when I first started building Chain after he came out, I was kind of slow rolling my shackles and playing for kind of a setup the bottom of my deck, end game, get the dimensional crossroads out, and kind of have this
kind of
like
playing fair,
overwhelming thing.
Yeah, classic Flesh and Blood.
And you know, I only messed around with that for a couple weeks, but like in my mind, I think the biggest thing I've heard from the Chain players who are really good is that without seeds, the in-game state is very challenging against a control deck because those Seeds of Agony were what allowed them to get out the
demon.
Urser? Is it Urser?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plasma Fett, the world's most famous bounty hunters, the other one. But once those are gone, like, you know, you can't... there's that 1-for-4 that puts a card on the bottom of your deck. The red is lets you get a 0. The blue lets you get a 2-cost or whatever. I forget what that card's called.
Yeah, Rights of something or other.
Yeah. And so, like, there's...
Unhallowed Rights?
Unhallowed Rights.
Yeah.
And the Rights of Replenishment put stuff over there. So we got some stuff.
A lot of rights. Those Rune Blades are worshipping there. They're doing all sorts of weird stuff.
They are doing weird stuff. Anyways, I think the control match is really tough. I've actually tested... I've been exploring something, like just playing as Dash for the first time. And I got paired against a Chain when I was testing that. And it was just like, I just blocked the whole time.
And you won.
And I won. Yeah, because like he's only got so much gas in the tank. But the meta at the Pro Quest was very aggro. Everyone's trying to still win fast, right? Except for Bravo. And you'll notice that it lost to Bravo in the finals. And I watched that Bravo player beat the Briar player in the round before. And it's just fun to use Bravo.
Yeah.
Block.
You playing Sigils?
Yep. And Blessings, block, heal, swing a hammer. Sometimes you tear asunder, sometimes you Spinal Crush, sometimes you Crippling Crush. But most of the time, you just block and you swing the hammer.
That's right.
And you gain life. And then what happens to Chain in that, and that's why like I was feeling pretty good against Chain because I was on Bravo on Road to National season. And Chain was super popular. But it was just like, well, I can mostly block, and then on the turns that I have a crippling hit effect, like Spinal Crush, ends Chain.
Yeah.
I'll take 15 damage because I have the health. I haven't been taking that damage, and then stop an entire turn of yours and let you take 10 blood debt or whatever it is. So, anyways, it seems like
Bravo's back, baby.
Because the weekend before Prism won, and Prism is, at least the Aura version, is more controlling. And Bravo did very well at that tournament, and Chain did not do very well at that tournament.
See, that's surprising, right? Isn't Bravo supposed to lose to Prism almost full stop?
Prism won.
Yeah. Okay, so that definitely happened once.
I think it panned out. I don't think it's just an auto loss, but it's definitely not good.
Yeah.
For Bravo. Like, funnily enough, I remember early on it was like, Bravo was just going to dunk on Prism.
Because of all the high strength cards and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's a fine piece of the puzzle.
Turns out you need that, and you need the ability to do multiple attacks in a turn, and cheaply get rid of auras. You got to do damage to Prism and get rid of an aura every turn.
Yep.
Like, that's necessary. And you've got to have 6s.
Which is why, because like we're in a Katsu light meta right now.
Yeah.
Who I think is particularly good against Prism. Obviously, the hit effects aren't working against the Spectral Shields.
Yeah, not quite as easy.
But like they can at the end just Kadachi and Aura for 1 is like.
You can also pass it on the action point pretty easily.
Yeah, you just sit on a resource and 1 Kadachi left to swing.
Yeah.
Okay, you can play an Aura if you want, but
pass it back.
So I'm very curious to see how Nationals works. Obviously, 6 rounds out of 16 are draft.
Yeah, it's cool. You actually have to be a good, well-rounded Flesh and Blood player.
Yeah, so a player that goes 2-1 in both drafts and then wins 10 of their 14 constructed games.
Man, what? You talking about a grinder? My gosh.
Make the cut. And it's 16 rounds.
Now this is a grind.
The most players there can be is 600. That's who got the invites. And so I'm actually expecting more like 400.
Yeah.
Just because people won't be able to make it. But, at 400, it's 2, 1, 15, 25, 6. After 8, you're down to 1 undefeated. So, like, after 16, you might have lost 5 and still make top 8.
Yeah. So then the strength of schedule is going to swoosh around up there.
It's going to be. It's actually going to be great for that. Because, like...
So you just put a blindfold on and try to win as many games as you can?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that's basically the goal.
You start both days with 3 rounds of draft, so, like, that's anybody's game.
Yeah.
That is so anybody's game. It's really crazy.
All right, yeah, well, I was encouraged by Chain getting to the finals. After a banning like that, you have to ask the question, like, do people know what they're doing here? Was this an overreaction? Was this just, oopsies? Turns out it was a little bit of oopsies, but mainly it seems like what that design team was talking about, saying that they had made seeds a little too good in constructed to make it a little bit right in limited. They ban it and Chain's still fine in constructed.
Yeah.
So that, if you love Chain and then the bans happen, you're like, I hate this game now. Design team sucks. I think you should reevaluate, right? It's like, no, you're still just fine.
Yeah.
And how crazy to think about losing seeds and still being that good. Didn't stand a chance at Las Vegas. I didn't stand a chance. I kidded myself, but you take away this tool and they still win, I wasn't even close. I mean, it wasn't even possible. They're not even. No way.
Yeah, I do think it was very good. Yeah, it was good. It was doing things that were unfortunate for everybody involved.
Let's look at your pool here. You got a foil overflex, so you played Lexi, right?
You want to go top down? I mean, I thought about it. My equipment made me go somewhere else. So
wow, perfectly centered.
Ultimately, this pool to me was better than the pool I had in Dallas. It had some big turn potential. The weakest cards in my deck are the Runeblade cards. I would be curious what you would have played if you'd seen this.
All right, let's take a look at it.
I just want to walk through that. Welcome to part 3 of the show.
All right, we got a Market Lightning.
Good start.
Raga, it's fine. Deep Blue, these are beautiful cards. Just play this.
You liked seeing that.
And Sutcliffe's, okay.
So there's a reason I lean.
Those are your strong. I mean, look at this. You got the full tuna there.
Yeah, I always finish with my fancy hat.
Did you get any other equipment in here that I need to look through?
No hunting hoods, no plumes.
I mean, you gotta be happy when you pull that up. Man, that Invigorate foil is just striking. Both of these foils are incredible.
Just murdering it.
Wow, man. I love it that I can still enjoy the small things,
Good equipment.
Okay, good equipment. Let's see what you ended up on your Briar here. Let's do Electric Runeblade. Let's do Electric Earth. Just like an old-fashioned sealed pool. I'm glad you played Red Lightning Press. That's fun.
I mean, a surprise 3 is... There's nothing like playing Arcanic Shockwave, fusing it, doing arcane damage, and your opponent knows you can do +3.
Yeah. What do they do differently?
And then you do. I played it on the opening of that game I was on stream.
Yep. I saw it. I was watching. People said some nice things about you in the chat.
Really?
Yeah, not a single bad thing was said.
That's notable.
I know. I was very surprised too. I was like, well, I'm going to manage this. But nope. All good. Go Zach and that kind of stuff,
That's fun. I'm obviously you couldn't allow the players to see the chat because then people could say stuff.
I took a screenshot, I think.
Yeah, but that's nice. I wonder if it won't show up on the YouTube video. No way.
No.
No way, no how.
No. It will not. And then there was somebody had something wrong about the rules. They said Market Lightning's a replacement effect, so like it only works once no matter how many you play. And then that's basically what the chat focused on for the next 8 hours.
Oh, like the ball lightning mark?
Yeah.
Did I ball into mark?
I don't know. But it was right. Like it's like, no, this ruling was obvious months ago. And you're like, the guy that comes in there with runs into the town square with a megaphone full of like bad information.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "Ooh, all right, let's slam dunk on this guy."
I did get the buckle, the old buckler.
All right, red and twine. That's fun. Okay, I love ice cards.
A lot of people don't.
I'll be playing Ice Lexi in about a year and a half.
When it's very not cool.
It's very not cool. That's right. Oh, don't you love seeing red weave ice?
Yeah, I sure do.
Another red Everflex. Wow. Yeah, it would be a total. It would be annoying to see this equipment suite and then see these cards.
Yep.
And you'd be like, "Oh no, don't make me do it."
I was one honing hood away from really having to consider my
Don't
life.
make me do it.
I actually think my arrow quality was pretty weak.
Yeah, well, that's the case of the class. You have to get over that. Arrow quality in general is pretty bad.
That's not the worst. The
All
two
right.
red Overflexes is notable.
So, Guardian. Now, apparently there's like an aura build. Apparently, I could have done it in my draft pool, but okay. What are you on? 4 glacials? I'm so not hot on this card anymore. I can't even describe it.
If you're
3
playing
card hand
Guardian,
for
how
10?
many would you play?
I play them all. They all block for 3.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy. A mulch, man, you want to love this card, don't you? It's going to be great and constructed. Snow Under Red is the most notably good card there. A couple of Strength of Sequoias. I don't even know what I have to see to play Guardian anymore. I'm kind of over it in Sealed. Double Mulch? I mean, it's so hard to play. Now, what we should really do is we should get over ourselves and play these Sequoias into the Mulches and just play normal Guardian, get that Seismic Sarge, come in with the 3 for 8, let's go,
Man,
right?
Sequoia is so hard to play.
I know, and then you try to do it and it's awful. Okay, well, I mean, these are not bad Guardian cards.
No, but also look at the number of blues you got going on here.
Almost none.
Literally one blue Guardian
Literally
card.
one.
And then look at the ice cards. I think that was where I ended up definitely not going. My equipment also is not Guardian. I didn't get Cracker Jacks. I think that's a notable card here.
Yeah. You didn't get any thumps or anything either.
No. It's a weird pool.
This isn't a particularly exciting ice pool.
No.
That Red Weave Ice I would take to my grave, but you only have, what, 5 non-attack ice cards here?
Yeah. Which
That's
makes
just not enough.
Which makes Lexi and Oldhim not that appealing.
Yeah, that's just not enough, I don't think. You don't have enough blues, really, anything Oldhim here. Like, this is a really good suite for Lexi, but there's only 5 of them.
Yeah.
You don't want to play the blue Icy Encounter. This is, like, the worst of all worlds.
Yeah.
It's like a blue 2-block. Ugh. Blue Frostfang, a blue
Disgusting.
for 3. This card's horrible. I like the card, but the blue is just awful. And a 5 Dominating and Twine Ice is not selling it for you here. Your best card is Weave Ice and Windless Grasp here. It's funny. Yeah. I love Red Chill to the Bone, though. That shuts down turns.
I really like blue Winter's Bite and red Chill of the Bone.
Lean Curve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ice not that appealing, right?
It's not that appealing, no.
So you know where we're heading.
I think you're right on that.
To Briartown.
Yeah, although you got all these... No, it's not appealing enough. Let's see what your Earth looks like, though. Your Earth is fat.
My Earth is fat.
You have a ton of Earth cards here.
I was pleased.
Man, the Earth is fat. Blue Burgeoning is my least favorite.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Blocks for 2 is blue. At least it comes in for 4, though.
Harvest is good. Red Evergreen's good. Channel Heroic.
Dude, red Evergreen.
2 red Autumn's Touch. I think you have to play Earth in this. And a yellow Earth Floor. Yeah, you're on this.
Yeah.
These are so notable, man. Yeah, you did the right thing.
Those are good.
And then you play these just because you're Briar.
Yeah.
Tell them Harvest is a fine blue to have.
Yep. I mean, in Sealed, actually, there's a number of times where it's like, I have a card in Arsenal that was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I trade 2 blues from hand, and then I just get 3 fresh cards, and I've already played a non-attack.
Yeah, that feels really good.
It sets up that sword swing if I draw any other non-attack, right?
This is like super notable.
Yeah, I saw the 2 Autumn's Touches and the Evergreen. I like 3 for 7.
Even the yellow is amazing. Maybe playable. It's like your 30th card kind of thing.
I also think Channel Mount Heroic, especially in Briar, any non-attack that just blocks for 3.
Yeah.
Is immediately notable, but it's also just a blowout potential card as well.
You could play this Guardian pool if you wanted to. You could definitely play this Guardian pool. How many blues you got there? I mean, your hammer blues are awful.
Yeah.
Really bad. 1? You have 1 that would swing the hammer for 4?
Yeah, it's not good math.
Ugh.
And my equipment doesn't say Guardian at all.
No, it's so bad.
Just like
yeah. So yeah, you're heavy Earth Briar at this point.
Yep.
I think Lexi's out unless... Where are we looking at with Heaven's Claws and all of that?
You
I
don't
hate
like
this
it.
card. It's great in Briar, but
Yeah.
2 yellow Ball Lightnings. Now, Ball Lightning and Glacial Footsteps are 2 things that I've changed my mind on a little bit. I don't know if I'd play all the Ball Lightnings if I had them.
0 defense is a
I've
low
seen
number.
the 0 defense. Actually, you got wrecked by a 0 defense moment, right?
Yeah, there was one hand in one of my losses where I had 2 Ball Lightning and Lightning Press. And it was their big turn.
Yeah.
It's the turn that had a couple embodiments. It's like, I'm gonna block big.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not block at all, actually. Let's just take that one right to the teeth.
Yeah, this is not a Lexi Lightning Pool. No. That like Yellow Lightning Surge and Lexi is just not good. It's fine. I mean, it's just rare that you're able to flip up, go again and attack from hand, go again Lightning Surge from arsenal, and then still play an arrow or something. It's just hard. You'd have to have not blocked and have to be really good.
So you too would have went Briar.
I would have went Briar 100% on this. Yeah, not even seeing the Briar cards. What are your... Oh, you got kind of an elemental stack here too. Yellow Entwine, don't you wish it was red?
I do.
Yellow Entwiner is playable. You did play it.
I did play it.
Right on.
Yeah.
And then Yellow Invigorate because you needed to fill in some gaps with Briar.
Yep.
I can see how this goes.
Welcome to London, fam.
Let's see what your
one
arrows
card
are.
that a lot of people were playing this weekend, and I heard a lot of people saying like, "This is what killed me," was actually Inspire Lightning.
Then they didn't lose that turn.
Yeah.
They lost the turn well before.
Well,
that
it killed
one.
me once because I allowed them to take me to 3.
Yeah. To do something in return, they block it and snap it.
Well, I did an awesome thing in return, and they had to block out. And I basically kept making them block with 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And like inching them down, and I got them down to 1. And then that was the turn. The turn I got them to 1 is the turn that they kept 2 cards in hand. And from Arsenal, they play Inspire Lightning, pitch, and fuse, and kill me.
Mm-hmm.
It was devastating.
Ouch.
Devastating.
That's a problem. This is very playable. Ranger arrows. You want... It's not exactly what you want. These are fine, though.
It's fine.
2 red overflanks. You got some frazzles. You got your flake out. Your chilling ice vein. Only 1 is not enough. The 2 dazzling is fine, but it's like it's not a powerhouse. It's just fairly good.
The problem with Dazzling is not the problem. Azure Force, fine. But the go again, given my ice earth or my ice lightning pool,
Yeah, there's nothing to do with it.
I'm not really, and I can only use the arrow once, so like I can only go again into mediocre.
Yeah, like your best play would be what? Go again into like Iceman.
That red shock striker.
Yeah, red shock striker or the 2 for 6 Winter's Grasp. Red for 2, like pitch a blue and load, shoot, and then
It definitely didn't feel. I mean, the Briar deck feels good.
It wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, you start with Briar and then you see if anything can talk you out of it. Yellow Sigil is good. Yeah, there's where all your blues are.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Bramble, some yellow stirs. Ooh, yeah, this is... Ugh.
Not great. It's soft.
This is a soft...
That's what we call a soft Briar
soft
pool.
Briar. Yeah, it's just... you have the right names in the wrong colors.
Yeah.
Huh. How about those stirs had to do some work that day?
Well, so I essentially had like
One red Runeblade card we're playing.
Yeah.
And it's not even really worth playing.
It's not the good one. But what it is
it's a 2 for 6.
I have a really good 6-7 damage attack spread.
Mm-hmm.
So like the stirs with the bramble are really good, and I had 2 brambles. I had the
to
earth
whittle
cards
this.
that just swing. But yeah, it was basics, right? It's like I'm not the deck I had in Dallas at least sometimes had the explosive growth turn.
Yeah.
That was like really wild. This didn't have that at all.
You don't even really have the pings either.
Mm-mm.
You're not pinging much. You don't have a lot of arcanics or anything like that.
Yeah, you can see
2 blues. I mean, I guess you just have to pull in 1 arcane's 1 arcane regardless of the color. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Huh. And a singeing. Okay, so you have late game pings, which is kind of cool.
You pitch and then
early
later you can kill them. Yeah.
come around. No, I think you're right. I think this is the strongest thing in your entire pool is Earth Spread.
Absolutely.
So you got to play that, and that means either Guardian or...
And I think my lightning pool was built for Briar, if anybody.
Yeah.
So I had 3 potential go-agains on the attacks, and then I had, or 5 technically if you count Ball Lightning. Mm-hmm. So it's really just the ability to play non-attack, play Ball Lightning, swing the sword.
Yeah.
If you get anything else out of it, great.
Solid.
But
That's really solid. Yeah, well, I mean, this is the kind of deck where you're going to need to squeak out that last round because this is not a making it easy kind of deck.
Yeah.
At all.
That's how I felt, but I also could just be really bad at the game. So.
I think it's a little above average / average.
You want to hear a sad tale?
It's not horsey. What's
Our
up?
friend Larry Carter.
Oh, Larry, yeah. What's up, Larry?
The person whose deck he was registering, I remember him telling me this, pulled a cold foil Heart of Ice, and about 20 blues they could play, dropped before the first round.
Oh my gosh. Now that is something we need to talk about. They got to do something about this. I guess you don't have to. But I registered a deck for somebody who was there basically to be a body. Her boyfriend is a flesh and blood player, and she was there simply to fill the seat, get the cards, and then leave.
Yeah, I think that was Larry's opponent as well.
And I was having to explain what pitch values were so that they could register my deck successfully because I would get penalized if they did it wrong. And I had to correct like 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, I don't want to be an abrasive, like, oh, how dare you. But there is kind of there's a differentiation point between priorities and seriousness and those kinds of things where some people are here to play the event as listed.
Yeah.
And some people are here just to harvest cards. It's like...
And that messed everything up, right? Because
yeah.
They also just like, if they drop before the first round, that's sort of fine. But also if they drop... But the pairings have happened, then all of a sudden it's like someone gets a bye. And it's just a weird...
You're just walking away with cards. It's like, what? Weird. Okay.
Would you like to open some packs?
Yeah.
Caution, please.
Oh, right. We still haven't pulled the old...
I mean, I pulled it.
I've seen a lot of people posting about it. It's in about every pack, as far as I can tell.
I heard they make it one a box.
All right, so is this essentially our final Tales of Aria sealed?
I mean, finals, nothing's ever truly final, is it?
Maybe.
You never know. We've been doing sealed Star Wars TCG 20
That's
years
true.
later.
Yeah, that's true. So hats off, man.
Could
Let's
be
have a little moment for Tales of Aria. The first edition, there'll be some more drafts. I think we're doing that skirmish Saturday. That's draft,
That's
right?
Yep. On the 20th. Did I link to that in the chat?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah, do it again, yeah.
Just hit the button.
Alex, that's cool. I registered Namvo's pool. He's a cool dude. Most people are. Most people are.
I will say, the more I played with this format, I really dig this set. I think that the draft experience is particularly good for me. Mm-hmm. But I do, in the Oldham fatigue strategy that is very viable is very frustrating in the timed rounds. Because it's a lot of times you're staring at the barrel of like a long, grindy game that is probably going to end in a draw. And draws are so devastatingly bad.
I think rounds should be 45 minutes.
Unquestionably, at least 40.
Solves almost all of the problems.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
those games aren't going to time like by a long shot. They're almost done. All right, so what do you think about the supplemental set that's coming up? Now, I want to say, I like asking a question and then not letting you talk. That's usually a really
tried
fun
to get in
thing
there,
to
but
do
just
to one
couldn't
of
do
your
it.
friends.
Love seeing the amulets.
I think it's exceedingly smart, and there's going to be people that disagree with this because they have constructed blinders on. Looking at you. You know who you are. It's so smart for a company to actively promote, care about, and build to sealed and draft play of a game. Because these products, if they just contain cards that you build a constructed deck with, are of no value to you after you have the cards that you need to build said constructed deck.
Yep.
Right? Welcome to the LCG problem. Right? Once you have the chapter pack, it's of no value to you. Ooh, is that a cold foil deep?
Yeah, it is.
All right, it's beautiful.
You know.
Deep cold blue. But because the set is so fun of itself, we can have 6 packs of Aria Unlimited and run an event or have a nice night and enjoy that experience. So if you're looking for, as far as a retailer perspective, the ability to have product that is well loved past its initial hot phase is really important, right?
Yeah.
And so like with the supplemental sets, we saw Crucible evaporate like it did. It's like, that's a dangerous game too, because if you overprint those, and everybody's got all the stuff that they need for the classes they play, they have
Then
no
there's
reason to buy more.
Just no value.
You can't even run events with them as a retailer. So sometimes you're sitting on dead stock.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons. It makes more sense to me now that we're really in, why you would do a supplemental set.
First pull out of pack, Red Earthworm Surge, I'm going home.
It's what you want. The main thing is they already mentioned that the set will have new cards for every hero.
Every hero.
Every hero.
So playable by every hero.
That's
Not
right.
necessarily for every hero.
So, could be generics, could be specific cards, and that might also include, like, the merchant.
That is a class.
Technically, he's a hero.
Can technically play every generic, so there's one generic they've achieved their promise, haven't they? Yeah.
But I think the two things are, there are cards that you probably want to put in the constructed environment that you don't necessarily want to have to balance sealed around.
Yeah.
Like, can be challenging. Oh, I got a Voltaire. Why not? Let's go, Lexi. My equipment doesn't say it.
Your equipment's talking to you?
Yeah. Yours doesn't? Anyways, so as a constructed player, like, I'm very excited about a set that is focused on giving tools to every hero.
Yeah, kind of looking after the constructed environment.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it's going to be Q1 2022 is the production right now, and then the actual set is Q2 2022. So I do think it's important to not have a huge lag between your supplemental and your next main set, because, like, most of your game is taking place on those main sets.
Yeah. And, if you go every 4 months for a set, then January would be the expected next set, January, February.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 months later is May, June. So, like, Q1, Q2 makes a lot of sense. People were getting a little nervous that it would be like, oh, they're going to just put sets right on top of each other. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. So, altogether, I do love sealed and draft a lot. But at the same time, like, this last set came out, and there's a lot of heroes and classes that didn't really get anything.
Yeah.
So, like,
The Katsu players have been waiting for, 20 years now.
They deserve to wait.
They can wait a little longer, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, you blew through that one, didn't you?
Yep. It's just a process now.
This Earth is just looking so good.
A lot of people playing Rejuvenate.
Really, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a whole thing, right? You, like, do it and then you just don't lose.
Well,
Are they winning, though, is the question.
Don't know.
Here's a deep blue. Plume of Evergrowth. Oof. And a red thumb. This is looking really good now.
Ryan Rober says, so will the supplemental set fire on the first edition sub? That's yes. When new sets come out in first edition, they will go through the subs, regardless of their form factor or contents.
Any new set. Reprints, however.
That's right.
That's why the crew reprint didn't go through. Because it's like, it's a reprint.
Yeah. But it wasn't the first time that we had Crew Unlimited.
Yes. Yeah, but it wasn't a new set.
Yeah.
It was a reprint.
These sets that are actually coming out.
That was a weird one. Probably won't happen again.
One right after another. So I got Deep Blue. Good start. I got Cracker Jacks. I got Plume, and I got Cyclops Suede Hides. Great equipment suite for Briar. Playable. Very playable out of Oldham. Not as great for Lexi, but I'm going to go to the cards. I did get Voltaire. I don't think that's the right choice in sealed ever.
Some people like it.
Being so nice. Meanwhile, my Earth Pool is garbage.
Oh, wow. Well, you need
As
to
the kids say, look at this.
trade with me. That's
7
horrible.
cards, 1 red Sotomara, 1 blue Earthworm Surge. That's the wrong colors.
Yeah, you just swapped them.
Yeah. I did get a red Autumn's Touch, and that's about it. So,
The end.
it's looking like a Lexi sort of day.
Oof. Red Ball Lightning and a red Burgeoning. What is...
And this would be fine-ish for Oldham, depending on my ice pool.
Come on.
Wow. Wowie wow.
Coat of Frost. It's deep blue. It doesn't matter what you get it past that.
I got a red and yellow Weed Lightning and a red Electrify and 2 Ball Lightnings and 2 red Lightning Surges. Feeling like a Lightning Briar pool to me.
Special Hogan, do we think we'll have more first edition spots? We may well. It's kind of going to be before every set at some point. We'll know more. So we may well. I hope so too. Man, this is just heat, man. I would hate to pull this because there's just so many good options. There's a Fulminate and a foil Ball Lightning.
Well, boom.
2 red Ball Lightnings there and Sutcliffes to follow. My gosh, they just force you into it, don't they? It's crazy.
Push
I
you
want
right
to
off
play
the ledge.
anything but Briar, and yet here we are.
Yeah, that's just how it goes, man. I do think I'm getting a, well, let's see. It's so close to a serviceable Lexi pool.
Man, look at this, though. Huh.
Oh, yeah?
Huh. Okay, so standouts for me here. Icequake and Weave Ice. These are great cards to see. I'm a big fan of Red Icy Encounter. Don't sleep on it.
I like Red Ice Encounter a lot. I like Weave Ice the most.
Yellow Winter's Grass. These are fine attacks. They are the epitome of fine. Yellow Icy. Actually like that as well. I like all the ice encounters. I might actually like red the least, you know? It's the numbers, the breakpoints. Just look at them. Are they in the breakpoints or not? Polars. Winter's Bite. Chill to the Bone. Polar Blast color doesn't matter. I take blue. Kind of might have a lot of Chilling Ice Veins, but nobody can know that. So will they pay it or will they not? It's their decision to make. Blue and Twine Ice, nobody cares.
They can know that if you're on the second cycle.
They could know that. I'm going to pull Blue Entwine, Blue Invigorate, Yellow Rejuvenate. I'm not doing it. People like Rejuvenate. That's fine. That's their right. Yellow Invigorate Fulminate is still playable. Look at this, though. Red Ball Lightning ×2. Red Electrify. We got the Red Heaven's Claws. That's just money.
We like the stuff.
That's big money right there. Yellow Shock Striker's playable. You consider Blue and Twine Lightning and Blue Lightning Surge and Briar, but you don't want to play it. Okay. And then the Earth Pool. Red Earthlore Surge, Red Burgeoning, Red Breakground,
That seems
2
good.
Yellow Autumns. 3 for 6s.
Block for 3.
And it blocks for 3. Yellow Breakground is still in the conversation. A couple of Sotomaros. Fine. Blue Evergreen, probably not touching that card. Huh.
My
Well,
pool is interesting.
looky there. Okay, and then we've got the hides, the plain deep blue.
Absolutely.
Also got the plume. I don't have the mark is the only thing I'm missing. Runaways could replace if I go Guardian or Lexi there. Or Guardian.
But you're definitely playing deep blue.
I think you have to play this Earth Pool. So I'm already out on Lexi. Like, right off the bat. And that's just the heat. Alright, so I'm gonna build these field pools. Sometimes I'll turn these cards sideways that I just like, let's just get them out of my face. Let's focus on what's important.
I start stacking up stuff I'm definitely not using.
Yeah, let's just stay Plume. Let's stay here with these guys. Coat of Frost. And that's never going to place deep blue for me. I don't think there's a world where that works. Alright, then we're going to try to cut Lexi, which is the first place we try to cut. Go ahead and just get over my...
Yeah. You just limit your options and move along.
And yet... Oof. Yellow Bolton's fine. I think at this point I want like 3 Chilling Ice Veins to feel really good.
You're in the red and yellow variety?
I would go here way more if I had like 3 Heaven's Claws, shoot 2 Shock Strikers. That would be sick. That would be very good. Okay, let's just see. Let's put that aside for now. You could play this Lexi pool. You play them all. That's why the game's designed for limited. You play it all. 2 red over flex. It's like you could pants people with this.
Most of the time, I do feel like you can play everything.
But as we all know,
at least serviceably. But that's half the battle.
Let me pull my important... Oh, man. Okay, so this is a Guardian hammer pool right here. It's hammer time. Ugh. The hits just keep coming on this. Okay, the hits are done. Huh. Ooh, you have to make a decision on that? We can't fill in the gaps with our good generic attacks, so that's worth something, I guess. I'm playing this more now than I was previously, those emerging avalanches.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's my big mistake from
Dallas. Oh, yeah, you weren't on them, right?
Yeah, I had them. I just didn't play them in the olden mirror.
Yeah. The fact that they created Frostbite now and then pump later.
Yeah.
Because, like...
they have value.
Yeah, you really want to debilitate them this turn, knowing that next turn's the turn. That's usually the Guardian struggle with those kind of cards, like Towering Titan. You need them not to do that much to you so that you can actually just save up and play a giant attack that next turn.
Yeah.
And Ice actually has ways to do that. Like if you pop Code of Frost and play one of those, they have 2 Frost tokens. And you know you have the big attack in hand. Arsenal, you know they can't do that much to you.
Big moments. Big moments, man. No whammies.
Hey, Brent. Happy to do it. Thanks for saying hi. He's saying, Steven, I have an Azalea waiting for your autograph. Keep up a fantastic
All right, yeah, we'll do it.
I couldn't sign for you,
unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know what I'd write on it at this point, but I'll write on it.
Good luck.
Good luck. You'll need it. Smash TV joke. What do you think about this? So this is kind of the craziest. Look at this.
Yeah. All right.
Surge, good attacks in Earth.
Earth or Surge. Mm-hmm.
Ball Lightning, Electrify, Heaven's Claws in Lightning. Icequake, Weave Ice in Ice. So there's good reasons to play all 3 of these elements here. Really good reasons to play them. Guardian then throws me one of the greatest hammer blue pools that there is. 6 cards right out of Guardian that are willing to do that.
Yeah.
And then if we...
Do you know how many blue Earth cards?
Yeah, we do. We can float blue Evergreen for the same reason. Yeah. That's really the only one that would matter there.
Yeah.
So you can play a little control. You got 2 defense reacts, but like blue Biting Gale is probably not where your bread's getting buttered. So I don't even know if I play the red anymore. I was playing them in the draft because they do some work against Briar. Like
Biting Gale?
Yeah. So basically, that combined with the ice reaction can completely bamboozle their 5-card hands.
Even just that by itself, I could see, like, they send like a 4 damage and Twine Lightning at you. Mm-hmm. You pay 2, cover it up, fuse. Now they have to pay 2 more. A lot of times that's the rest of their hand.
And a lot of times that fuse card could also dunk another one off the top of there. So like you do all of that at once. Yeah. You like make them put one on top, make them discard one, and then block the attack itself. So that's really strong.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Alan, it was great to see you saying, how do I feel Dallas and Cincinnati compared? I talked about that a little bit earlier, but short version, I like the convention center itself better in Cincinnati, but the area around the convention center was really awesome in Fort Worth. People were great in both places. Event was well run. There was definitely some improvements made for the Cincinnati event. So, you know, strikes and gutters, as I say.
Pluses and minuses.
That's right. A lot of thoughts run around an old dude's head.
This could definitely be Oldham. Let's find out. And Nathaniel's saying just put all the cards in and go with it. I don't know.
That seems a little slap happy.
Anytime I end up doing that, I feel bad about it. This is a good Briar pool, too. They're all good, Zach.
Yeah.
You got Yellow Vela. I like Vela Flash. You're a Vela Flash guy?
I love Vela Flash.
Yeah. You got 1 Bramble.
Yellow
you got
and red Vela are money in the bank.
Red Stir, Red Singeing, Red Sigil. Come on.
Dude, you got that. You play that Vela, you fuse it. You got that Electrify and Arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
You don't block.
You want a surprise Electrify?
You're going to take +3, and I get a card to draw. Let's go.
Yellow Explosive Growth, Yellow Stir, 2 Arcanic Shockwaves. Like, this is so good.
Hey, Riley. Riley in chat. I was talking about Riley earlier. Congrats on your performance. I want to say, had a pleasure playing against me in Cincinnati, and thanks for being one of the content creators who helped get me into FAB. See you in Orlando. Absolutely. We'll catch up there. What was the in your sealed pool? Did you have a Flicker Wisp? Or what was the notable card? I feel like there was one card you really dunked me with.
Even blue right to lightning is great.
I love this. You ready? Cyber Junkie. I'm so excited to start playing. My buddy and I are getting our first games in this afternoon.
Awesome. Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Cyber Junkie 28.
Sorry, you're really deep in deck building.
There's just a million. You could play any of this. It's all good. It's all really good. So Ergo.
Those are actually the most terrifying pools to get at an event, like a calling. Because then if you lose, you'll just never know.
You'll just never know. Ergo, people are probably sick of seeing Briar. Are you playing Briar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do Oldham. Well, let's take a look at what that match looks like.
When we play on stream, it's actually the opposite of how I approach when I play in an event. So in an event, it's like, is my Briar deck good?
Yeah.
If so, I probably am going to play Briar. On stream, I say, is my Lexi deck good enough? If so, let's play Lexi on stream.
Yeah.
Not close. Then I say, is my Oldham deck good enough? And it's like, it's meddling. And then you look and it's like, oh, it's a great Briar pool. I guess I'll play Briar. Yeah, it was just like weird. I didn't have a lot of blues for Oldham at all. Like almost none. And the ones I do have are like Amulet of Ice, which is not enough. Lexi, I have 3 Everflex, 2 are blue though, and I have 3 red arrows. So, not that you have to have just red arrows, but
maybe I'll play Lexi, man. Maybe I'll play some Lexi.
You can get both.
I'd like to say goodbye to Lexi. Say goodbye and go. All right, let's get out of here, Briar. You're too good. Yeah, I don't want to play you today. But you're worth playing. Don't get me wrong. You are worth playing. Okay, and then we've got the full mini. Full mini without Earth is not good. Not for Lexi, at least. It's an Earth card in this reality. It's really a Briar card. So good in Briar. Oh my gosh, how am I not playing Briar? It's crazy. Oh, we gotta play Briar. Why am I not playing Briar?
You can play Briar.
No, we'll play Lexi. I like dunking on you on stream with Lexi.
I also like it.
Okay. We're in agreement.
Yeah. We both enjoy it.
It's great. That's great. I'll play Guardian after this maybe too if we can. Because putting this Earth pool away, I'm having trouble doing it actually right now.
That looks gross.
I'm playing Guardian.
Yes. I mean, we have time. You can do both.
Yeah, man.
How about that? What time is it? Yeah, we got time.
But then you put away the ball lightnings, the electrify. I mean, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad too.
Life's about choices.
Life's about choices. It's like a box of, what is that? Box of chocolates?
Choices.
Icequake's hard to play in Briar, or in Oldham. It's really good in Lexi.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's just blue, Icequake, load, shoot. But in Oldham, it's always awkward. It's like you generate 4.
Yeah.
Nobody wants 4. That's the worst.
It works on your hammer.
I know, but like you pitch 2.
Yeah.
So it's 3-card hand for a hammer for what, 6?
That's pretty good though. A hammer for 6 that creates a frostbite.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's particularly good if you have like 2-cost aura with it. Pitch a blue, play the 2-cost aura, play the Icequake, swing the hammer with the other blue. But that's a very particular line. I wish it drew a card out of Arsenal, you know what I mean?
I think I'm going back to Lexi.
That foil polar blast from here looks really cool.
I just want to play Lexi. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm playing Lexi. It's done. Get these Earth cards out of here. Nobody needs these. These are too good. Megon. Lexi. Here we go. With the Runaways. I'm going to play a blue Shock Striker. I'm going to put it in the pool, rather.
I wish you didn't have a Honey Head, did you?
No, they don't put those in packs as much as you'd think.
Not as much as you want as a player who's playing Lexi.
All right, so let's not...
Those Everflexes are good, though. I mean, Invigorate's good.
Let's not fall for this classic Lexi problem, which is all the pumps and none of the attacks. I've played Constructed before.
Yeah, that's a good start.
That's why Eric still says don't go first. It's like, Eric, Do you know what this is capable of?
Depends on the deck, right?
All right, then we get our clever little...
As you saw earlier, my Bright deck didn't have a lot of wasted arcane damage. So I prefer going second because setting up an arsenal and not getting an embodiment and a free damage on turn 1, less ideal for me.
Yep. You're right. Okay, then the attacks we actually want to play here. We got the Electrify, we got the double ball lightnings there. Okay. So our flip up's going to be interesting. The arrows we want to play. We'll play red flake out for sure. This red snapshot, keep it in constructed, everybody. Dazzling for 0 is fine. It's fine because it's a 0.
It is fine at 0.
Bolt and shot, go again, reload. This is on the line. It's on the line. Frazzle's fine. Flake out's fine. Blizzard bolt's fine. Ice beam's fine. Buzz bolt's fine. But this is where your cuts are going to be for sure.
People like the ball lightning frazzle combo.
Yep. Good for a few damage. Let's see where we are. Make sure I didn't miss anything there. I don't need to go again from full minion on this. I assure you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9,
That could be so good, Brian.
12, 13, 15, 16. 21.
Only so good, though.
I know. 2, 23, 24, 25, 26.
I mean, technically, you play it from Marcy and pitch a blue, 1 floating. You fuse it with 2 cards. Then you could probably play 2 or 3 attacks at +3. Swing a sword, 2 attacks. You have the 1 floating resource, so if you have 3 zeros in hand at that very moment, that are also these.
You're really convincing.
Just, you know.
You know, if only you had, yeah.
So you gotta have those dunkaroos.
You're a dunk man. You like to dunk. I like to shoot a free throw every single time.
1,000 times in a row.
1,000 times. I never miss a free throw.
Yeah. I've been working on my half-court shot, essentially.
You got to be able to hit the half-court shot. It's like, no, just don't get that behind.
Just don't need it.
Okay, where are we now?
What up, Robert from Berlin? Saying, thanks, guys. I always learn a lot from your content. Love the Aria set. Appreciate you saying something. I'm a big fan of this set.
I'm straight up running these blue 3 blocks. You can't make me not.
Try and stop me. I'll wait.
Oh, man. I might end up running this blue shock striker. How bad is that? Entwine, blue, lightning surge, blue. These cards are not good. Got me. They're not. They're not.
He called it.
I look at so much of it too is just like, what are the actual cards we're playing by themselves? And then if there's fusion things that need to be aware of, fine. But it's not worth bad cards for. Like right now, my lightning fusion is bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards.
Seems a bit light.
I'll go blue shock striker at 6. Let's start there.
How many cards you got in your deck?
And then I'm adding these guys. Because Lexi needs to be able to attack.
Yep.
Arrows are fine, but it's hardly the most important thing. We're going to bring in definitely Chilling, definitely Buzz. These are relevant on hit effects, definitely Blizzard. Flake Out, true to its name. Frazzle. Bolt and Shot, let's not get too fancy. That's never going to happen.
Flake Out yellow's not awful, is it?
3, 4, 5, 6. Is it not awful? It's not awful.
Pump.
It's essentially a 5
Swing.
damage arrow, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Cardboard Cast saying episode 1 of our new series, FAB Foundation, was fire, by the way. Looking forward to more.
5, 6, 7,
That was all on Steven.
31.
I just showed up.
That's right, just here so I don't get fined. Let's see, so we've got 31 cards. I'm gonna end up cutting this.
Alan asking, what would you say the deck balance between attack and fuse is best? I mean, for me, fusion is mostly a bonus. A lot of times my decks will lean one way or another. Like I'll have good element cards that also match the class cards that I'm trying to fuse. So like this Briar deck here is leaning heavy lightning. But a lot of times, I mean, you're looking at it, but you can only do so much in a sealed pool. Now, constructed is totally different. It's a wild. It's still the Wild West for me, constructed.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard. All right, I think that's right. I went ahead and went with Flake Out, I think, over Icy Encounter. So final count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Nailed it.
30 cards.
You love seeing the
30 cards. What's up?
A couple red overflexes.
Yeah.
Makes the world go round.
Got some red overflexes. A little light on resources, but really don't want to be bringing these 2 blues in. That's you can. Is the thing. Like
you got deep blue though.
You really could. I've got deep blue. A lot of these turns are going to be like Heaven's Claws into Shock Strikers. I really would like. Sometimes it's going to be Ball Lightning. I really would like more blues because it's like that flip up Shock Striker situation, and then you load and shoot an arrow. It really wants blues, but sometimes you don't have the blues. You've got the deepest of blue.
So you do what you can.
Do what you can, and then probably should add. I probably should add those 2 blues. I'm talking myself into it, actually. I'm going to cut a yellow Invigorate for one of those blues. At least. And the best one is Entwine Lightning. Isn't that sad? Bad. Sad and bad, baby. Okay. Get these out of here. We can't play the Plume because we made a terrible decision. Deep Blue, Runaways, and no Coat of Frost either.
I thought you had a Coat of Frost.
I do, but I'm playing Deep Blue.
Oh, bummer. It's a bummer, man.
So literally, you play Briar. Like, these 2 coming in.
Yeah, and you have that sick Earth Pool.
Yeah.
But this
is just for the LOLs.
This is for the fans.
No ELO on the line.
People out there watching.
There's no ELO on the line here. Now that I have to care about that.
I'm excited for the update after Cincy.
And they're going into these beautiful Dragon Shield
I need
Classics.
to see how many points I need to make up to,
Yeah. As long as you keep playing, I will continue to be on top.
I don't see how that ever works out.
Well, you'll just be losing, So as long as I don't play and don't lose, and you play and do lose, then I'll feel good.
I think as long as you finish with a winning record, you have to be pretty high in ELO before that starts not panning out for you. Okay. And there's an equilibrium.
Is it not a per round kind of thing?
So
where
it is.
Your opponent's ELO versus yours?
But like if I'm at like 1600 and you're at like 1630, I think it's a 15-ish point loss. But if you beat someone, even if you're 100 points ahead of them, you probably gain 12 to 15.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So if you win 5 out of 8, as an example, you have the extra win, which makes up the differential of every round that you were losing, more than the points you gain from winning because you're higher rated or whatever. Anyways.
So you're saying I need to play at least one more next year.
Probably. Okay. Yeah.
To maintain dominance.
I'm going to play at Nationals, right? And the 6 rounds of draft are going to be super critical for my limited ELO. Because there's probably going to be people there that are pretty highly ranked.
Yeah.
One or 2 of the right wins,
But you can also lose all your drafts. And
that's right.
And the gap goes.
But the more you lose, the less points you lose every time you lose.
That's true. That's true. The more you lose, the less you lose.
And if you lose to someone who's like 100 points ahead of you, you don't lose that much.
Yeah.
Because you're expected to lose.
Classic chess rules there.
Yeah.
I guess ELO is, bad.
Chris saying I ordered Majestic tokens last week and got the shipping notification moments later. It's with USPS now, coming to Vancouver Island. Can't wait to bring them to my next blitz at the LGS so I can lose in style.
Thanks so much, Chris. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Meanwhile, look at my equipment.
Yeah, fully dressed.
Yeah. I mean, Cracker Jack's not ideal, but I'll take it.
It's not dead like Runaways most of the time. Against you, though, I'll use it immediately.
Runaways is great.
But, man is not defined by his choice of dress. Although I would love to have 2 more active effects that come with me every single game.
You mean you'd like to be able to get any of a certain type of card out of your discard pile whenever you want, or to give an attack go again at random?
Yeah, because I've got Earthlore Surge too. So it's like, Plume of Evergrowth, turn into a red Earthlore, fuse, go into Arsenal. Okay. Easy peasy.
Even Stevens?
Yeah.
Odd.
Have me go first. Let me show you why you shouldn't do that. Yeah.
You showed me on camera last week.
That's right.
Or the week, it was 1 or 2 weeks ago. You were just like, how about 8 damage, dominate a frost token, and I get an arsenal card. It's like, okay, Steven, we get it.
Mm-hmm. I shoot the arrows.
You see?
I shoot the arrows like Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot the arrows like Alex. Like bend it like Beckham. Whatever that is.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I know you're shocked.
I'll put my health in my head slot. FAB Foundations number 18. How to play sealed. I gotta shuffle this up really well. I gotta mark my sleeves. Oh, what's up, Alan Chen? Said I forgot to mention how much attention your tokens and board got me at the Calling. Thanks for having me peacock with the best of them. Of course, told them where they could buy them. That's awesome. Thank you, Alan. That's the best marketing we could ever do, is just make good products.
People are happy about it.
People hopefully talk about them and are happy. And then hopefully leave reviews sometimes, too.
Yeah.
It's my new crusade. I need to find a way to get more reviews.
new mission. I have no doubt. People out there watching are going to do you a solid.
Many reviews.
Go leave a review right
Hundreds.
now over on Facebook and on products you bought from us or services you use of ours.
Okay.
Surely. By the tens. That would be notable, actually. If there were 10 to 20 people that went left a review.
I mean, literally, like, for the insane amount of people on the various subs, there's like 1 review on it currently. Okay. All right.
You don't want to tell other people how great it is.
No, I
don't
don't
want them to get in on it.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I don't.
All right, I'm first. This is a certain kind of hand. You know. You're on Lexi?
I'm on Lexi. Oh, I guess do we need all that?
Yeah,
Can't we? Aren't we beyond that?
We can be on Zen Lexi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I sure do. You got a Lexi somewhere? I got one. It's the 40 health one, but don't pay attention to that.
All right, mine.
Yeah. There's your little pile.
I have my little. Look at this.
Oh, you have your own.
Yeah.
You don't have to take care of you anymore.
They're in my little dice lid.
Sold separately.
That's right. All right. Well, let's do this. I don't want to. I just don't want to. So this is a classic. Like, I could have a way better turn here, but I could also set up a great turn next turn. And having a great turn here doesn't matter that much because you're gonna block me out.
You better hope you don't get dunked on.
Well, that's fine if we do. Here comes the Lightning Surge red for 4.
Lightning Surge red for 4. It was not played from Arsenal. It does not have go again.
That's right.
It could absolutely have
Lightning Press.
Lightning Press.
I do have a red Lightning Press somewhere in the stack of cards. Warning. Warning.
All right, I'm going to block for 5.
Yeah. Arsenal Press.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well. Look what we have here. Looky here. What am I going to arsenal? That's really what I'm looking at here. What am I going to arsenal? I actually have to arsenal this. That's ugly. That's very ugly. It's ugly. It's very ugly.
Meanwhile, my hand is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I set her up.
This is not good. Could threaten 6. I mean, that's not terrible, right? Threaten 6 there.
I mean, I think Lexi's first turn a lot of times is like medium because she's not getting her ability.
She's not getting that sweet ability. So, how about we go here? Let's go this into that. You want that honing hood is what you want. That's really what you're looking for here. Let's load Frazzle with the old Shiver. We're going to do a +1. We're going to pitch for it here. We're going to have 2 floating. You know what I like more than anything is playing the card and then paying for it. Because people never do it, and it drives me crazy.
And you should.
Okay, I'm going to shoot a Frazzle at 5. I'm going to fuse it with this Ball Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 5 damage. When an attack would deal damage, it's going to do that much +1.
No block.
Taken 6.
Well, boom.
And Arsenal here. Over to you, Brock.
Let's go Red Electrify from the Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
One floating. Draw a card. Oh, man. The hits just keep going. This is really something special. Truly. My.
Oh, my.
This is... I would have died to have this deck in a tournament. This is crazy. You ready? Let's go Red Ball Lightning.
Yeah, what's your health at? We ended up at 19 after taking 6.
I forgot to lose a 5. Where do you think I got those 5 wins from this weekend?
You're swinging for what, 3?
3. If it hits, it does 4 more and an extra. Yeah. It's 8 technically.
Yeah, it's very clever. All right, let's block for 4.
I'm going to go and play a Red Lightning Press. To go up to 6.
Mm-hmm. So 6 minus 4 will do all the different effects. So it's going to hit for 2, +1 Ball Lightning is 3, and then it's going to hit for 3
+1.
+1, so 4. So take 7?
7, and I get 2 of these embodiments.
These bad boys.
So why not?
You hit me for 7, right?
Yeah. And the fun has just begun. Let's play a Red Weave Lightning
$2.99
to create embodiment. And then let's Arcanic Shockwave for 6. Would go again?
It's good. 6 and then 4 more.
Mm-hmm.
I take 10 here.
Holy smokes.
All right, let's crack this. Just get that out there in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ball Lightning is still in effect, so we need to full block that one.
Yeah.
Let's block that guy for 3. Take 1 Arcane. And is it buffed by Ball Lightning as well?
It doesn't do an Arcane.
Oh, you didn't fuse it?
No.
Okay.
But it's +3 from the Weave Lightning, so it's just a 6. And you got 4 here?
Yeah. All right. All 6.
Got me. Swing the sword for 2 and 2.
You got me. 3 and then take 1.
Over to you.
You're drawing up 4 there?
Yeah.
I'm holding tight. I'll pass it back over there.
All right. Let's...
Carbocast, the main thing is, like, if I arsenal a Winter's Bite, I flip Winter's Bite up, and it's very likely that I can't do anything except for play it for 5, which is bad. So I don't want to hand... Like, if Zach has an awful return fire there, and I'm like, okay, give an ice token and then swing for 5 is really bad. I want to be able to flip that Ball Lightning, give my next thing, go again. I want to be able to play the Ball Lightning or play the like Winter's Bite out of hand was my ideal, but he made me use it. And then actually get a Ball Lightning and then an arrow on top. So you can have a big turn coming back. You don't want to get stuck with the ice attack in there.
Yeah. I'm just going to play Yellow Burgeoning for 5 damage.
Yellow Burgeoning for 5.
Not all turns are insane.
Burgeoning for 5.
Brent says, someone check his sleeves.
Yeah, right? So yeah, look, you're burgeoning for 5. That's fine. Does that go again from the bottom?
No, nothing.
All right, well. Let's block there with the Blizzard Bolt. Take 2.
Nah. Arsenal.
Let's try to make something happen here.
Over you. This is the turn.
Lightning won't matter, but we'll use it anyway. Next attack will go again. Let's go ball lightning for 3 there. That's a red ball lightning. Keep in mind.
Block 3.
We gotta decide how wild we want to be here. We don't want to be very wild. Let's put a frazzle in. 2 floating. I'm gonna give it +1. And we'll frazzle out for 6 and fuse the ball lightning.
Mm-hmm.
6 if it hits 8. Watch yourself.
Block 6.
You got it. Arsenal that guy. Crawling back. We need a big 5-card return here. Hope it's not a 7 here.
Let's go Lightning Surge from Arsenal for 4 with Gogan. Red.
1 card in hand there.
Lucas saying, when's the next event you guys are hosting? I missed the last one. It was a bummer. We're hosting the skirmish event on November 20th right here in Tulsa. I'll link to it in the chat. That's going to be first edition Tales of Aria draft. It'll be a good time.
4.
Yeah, just 4. Basic 4.
We don't like this 4 at all. Kind of got on the back foot here a little bit. If we're at 14, you got 1 card going in there.
YRBD, this is actually important for you to explain. Sam, was Dominate for a guaranteed 4 damage not better there, or are you afraid of him having an extra card in hand?
Yeah, Dominate maybe was better there, but right now I'm just trying to wriggle back into some amount of control. Because, like...
I mean, just a little bit of damage here. I don't know.
It's bad. I mean, Dominate has a place there for an extra, like, kind of a guaranteed 2. But, like, man, right now, 2 damage means nothing. What we're really looking at is
more
some
cards out of
positive
hand
cycles.
is buying you some time.
Now, I've always said you should always dominate if you could. Now, the difference is you either get +1 or you don't. I didn't think there was any way you were blocking that. I thought you were coming back for a bigger swing, but you didn't have it.
Yeah, I had 4 attacks.
So most of the time, you're just losing out on 1 damage there. Like, vast majority of the time. In a game like this, Briar's not going to block that 6.
Well, and a lot of times, if you dominate, it means I'm going to not block at all.
Yeah, so, like, again, that argument, I think, sucks.
I mean, if what you don't want me to do is just send back damage, so, like, if I have a medium turn, which I had a mediocre turn,
yeah,
then, like, you having an extra... the difference here is you're not doing the same amount of damage. You're taking the chance that you'll get more from a 6 because you think I might not block anyway. If you dominate and I wasn't going to block anyway, it's way better to go with the +1.
Yeah,
that's what makes
definitely.
This version of that choice actually worthwhile.
It's somewhat, yeah, it's interesting. But the other side of that, right, is obviously me wanting cards out of your hand. That doesn't really land with me. I've never fully understood that because you assume your opponent's going to make the best choice possible. And so if you don't dominate and they have a better turn not losing cards out of their hand, then they won't lose cards out of their hand. So all you're doing with dominate is forcing them, if they actually want to be blocking everything, they're forced to not be able to do that.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the time, on that cycle, I would not expect a block 3 and a block 6 out of Briar there.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But I'm glad that it happened. It must have meant that you were returning less. So that's fine. Technically okay. Oh man, what a tough decision. 7 going down to 3. With the potential to maybe get something going here. Going with a 0 cost in hand is really bad. You wouldn't do that to me though.
Not your good old buddy, old pal.
You wouldn't do that. Come on. Come on. But man, 3, you can just lace me with 3 Arcane out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Especially with this thing hanging around.
Yeah. Bad. Bad. I'm so behind I have to take the gamble though.
Yeah. Take 4?
Yeah.
Get me one of these here tokens. Arsenal pass.
I gotta take the gamble. That's the mood. That's the mood. Big mood here. Alright, Lexi uses lightning ability there. Let's play a yellow shock striker. Pitch there, I got 2 floating. 4 would go again, coming at you.
Wow. No block.
That's a good development for me. Alright, ball lightning for 3. Go again.
Let me just check my math.
You like damage?
I guess really, I can just be so unbelievably
You don't want
safe.
to oopsie lose.
Yeah, I'll block for 4. I had a fun play.
Look at that force of nature coming in.
I had a fun play.
All right, we'll shiver here for the Ice Vein. Now this is an area where you do give Dominate because you're basically forcing the card out both directions. So you may as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Ice Vein, shoot for 5 with the Ice Quake Fuse. So we've got 5 coming at you. 6 because of Ball Lightning if it hits, and then discard or pay 1 if it hits. Or whenever an attack does damage, excuse me.
It's a good turn of events for you.
Mm-hmm. Had to try to flip it around, man. I was so behind. Full equipment suite up. This is disgusting for you. Just waiting to lose. Which means I'll win.
Coming in for 5 with Dominate?
5 with Dominate, yeah. 6 because of Ball Lightning if it hits.
And then lose a card?
Yeah.
If I lose a card, then I can.
It's fun talking to Eric because Eric's also just ruthless in his assessments.
He is.
Ruthless.
You gotta love Eric.
I remember this card being bonkers. Like, oh, I didn't even know you pulled this in your little pool there.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh.
I had a crazy line.
You'd 8-0'd there.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta survive this garbage can.
It's funny if you don't block that. It is lethal threat in there, which is pretty cool. Just all of a sudden, woof.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
I'll block for 4.
4?
Yeah.
For with
3.
what?
Sorry, 3. Take 3.
You sure? And block for 3 there? Yeah. Take 3 and then discard a card.
Yeah.
Or lose a, the fancy discard.
Pay 1.
Pay 1, yeah.
Pay him.
Pay. I'm gonna arsenal this guy. Man, you had
that's
the
fine.
that turn there.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
So my my line was gonna be crazy.
Those are all the
happens, though.
constructed cards I saw just then. Gross.
All right.
Woo. Good luck.
All right. Let's Cracker Jacks,
Yeah.
and then I'll pay weirdly for an explosive growth, doing 1 arcane damage.
Okay.
Great embodiment, and then a 2 damage attack coming at you.
2 damage attack coming at
Mm-hmm.
you. So I need to block with a 2 there, ideally. Well, okay. You got no funny business, no cards in hand, no nothing.
Mm-mm.
Huh. So I need to make sure you can never swing the sword again. Easy peasy. Okay. Technically, we can do that. To some degree.
Bring on the frostbits.
Yeah, this is why Deep Blue is so good. But you're so good too. I don't want to block with you. Yeah, I want to wait. Red Electrify, block it up.
You got it.
Block it up. All right, Lex is gonna give you a frostbite with this Ice Quake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want this old guy in Arsenal, but it's going. Deep Blue. Let's put a card down and gain 3. Use them if you got them. Play an Ice Quake. Let's throw the Flake Out in, giving it +1. Shoot the Flake Out, coming in at 8, fused with Dominate.
Mm-hmm. And create a frostbite that hits.
No, yes, from the Ice Quake, yeah.
Alright. Let's block 3.
Taking 5,
You got it.
and a Frostbite token.
You got it.
Okay. Hope you can't do anything fun.
It's medium. I'll pay 5.
Can't swing that sword, rather.
Because of frostbites to plume.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get a red Autumn's Touch.
Wow, that's heavy plume usage there.
Yeah. Then I'll Autumn's Touch you for 7.
How dare you? Autumn's Touch for 7. That's actually a fascinating turn there, huh? Okay, well, we need to pay for some things.
That mid-turn you had was devastatingly good.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? That's where the 2 blocks are so bad.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really bad.
Because like blocking with 5 here is not it. So you can block with 6, but then like
One's a bad number.
you don't. Yeah, then you're left with reds. So unfortunately, we're gonna cover this whole thing up, which is a real shame.
How about my turn?
Yeah.
Power
Alright.
Plume.
So there's 7.
You got it.
All the good ones. All the cards we don't want to be wasting our time with. All right, Lexi's gonna flip up this Winter's Grass, give you a Frostbite token.
Okay.
You got one. And then we're just gonna play the Winter's Grass 5. Hopefully get 2 out of your hand there. And then we'll go to the 4 random pile. I know I have 1 red overflex in here, so you better watch yourself. Although we're not really on the overflex game right now. We're on the dominate 5 game. I'm about to see those cards you lovingly put down there, definitely on purpose.
I'm about to see the card that I know I haven't seen yet.
I hope it's not one of them. Is it one of them spooky lightning, fire lightning cards? Okay.
No. I don't
Spooky lightning?
That's garbage.
Is that frostbite annoying? Not
really. No offense.
Bummer.
It's a bummer, man.
Bummer.
Oh.
That's a bummer, man.
Well, we don't like damage.
Don't like damage, no. You don't actually have any embodiments, do you?
No.
Just block that on stage.
We'll block 5.
Right on. Going to the slot machine. Yep, picked her up. It's definitely all on purpose from here on out.
Because you were paying all the attention.
I paid so much attention to this.
Let's pay 1 for a blue ball lane.
That's it. That's the only thing you have.
It's 2 cards out of hand, man. Let's go. I know the Lexi problem.
No non-attacks.
You're going to be shooting that Dominate arrow.
Yeah. But which one? I don't want to wait. Yeah, it's so close. It's so close. No.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to lose.
So 1 that becomes 2. That's pretty good. Cool, man. Cool. Now you could draw into all 2s, right? All 2 blocks?
It's possible.
This 3-card hand wins the game for sure, but we're not going to get that one, are we?
Sure not. That's the best part of the grindy games at the end is like, if I could just keep 3 cards, I would win.
Squeak this out a little bit. Okay, so we'll block 2 there.
Yeah, swing a sword.
And then we'll block 2 there.
You got it. Just stop giving me these tokens.
And then we'll throw the old Blizzard Bolt in with Shiver there. And am I going to wager on a Dominate 4 and you only having 2 blocks in hand? I could wager that. That's a fine wager. I was definitely tracking the pitch the whole time. You could have a couple of ball lightnings, you know. Or am I just going to say send it for 5 and guarantee the 2 come out? Because I think a 3-card hand would definitely kill me at most any stage of this game. But will a non-3-card hand also kill me anyway over the long course of the game? Can I ever find my way out? So it looked the same either way. I mean, if a 3-card hand could kill me regardless, you take 1 from the 4, dominate, and you move on. If it's not dominated, you don't have that option. So that 4-card hand, that 3-card hand, that 2-card hand looks good. Swinging for 5, you got to block with 2. How many cards you got left in your deck?
We're grinding now. 8. Lovingly set up by their creator.
I've got 6. Also lovingly set up. But you've got 7 hands. You're a turn ahead here. You've got 2 more. You've got 1 more turn than I do. I'm never gonna get a 3-card hand again.
That's right.
So what this really looks like is I do 5, you block 2, return, I block 2 with 2. I pretty much lose in like 2 cycles, I think. Let's see if that happens.
I mean, if you get a 5 dominate, I lose.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those left?
Did I pitch any red arrows
I guess
this
no.
game? No. Maybe, we'll find out. Let's shoot you for 5. Did you have a 3 block in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Ryan thinks you dominate here. Dominate 4, you block with a 3, kill me. Do you? Can you? I need to know for my own sanity.
No.
You can't kill me with 3 cards.
Nope.
Not even with Sutcliffe.
Definitely
Or
not.
Deep Blue.
Definitely not.
What did you build this deck out of?
Well, potatoes.
Tater tots? I got through all your good cards?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I drew 2 hands in a row of all my attacks.
Yeah.
And you were spending a lot of damage, so I blocked with a lot of my attacks. I'll tell you that much.
But you do have a 3 block in there.
I do. Yeah. Just because I got 3, it doesn't mean I can kill
And you can't just do non-attack, swing the sword?
Well, you have to do an attack
Whatever.
and a non-attack
Right.
to swing the sword.
Right. You don't have those.
So non-attack, attack, swing the sword. But that's a
Yeah.
lot.
That is a lot to do.
ask of a
It's a
man.
lot to do, yeah.
Yeah. Sure is. Well, coming in for 5.
Yeah.
I think it's best not to take that.
You can take a little bit of it.
So I'm going to block for 2. We'll go to reactions.
Pass.
That was the card I was waiting for. So you take 1, and then it blocks for 3. So I cover it up. I really didn't want to have to use it here. I wanted to arsenal it to really add to my insurance policy.
But yeah, but either way, I'm you're taking 1, I'm taking 1 at my best.
Yeah.
And then I come back in 1 and you have 3 cards in here? That doesn't look good at all. But hey, but they're all on attacks, I guess, right?
Steven T says, just got on my way back from my first local armory event. Had an absolute blast. Thank you guys for getting me into this game. Awesome to hear.
A pleasure.
I'm going to do what I should never do.
Pass.
I'm going to give you a 3-card hand. Swing for 2.
Okay. A lot of blues down here. Someone hadn't been paying attention.
Bottom of that lake's real blue. All that ice is melting.
It's bad.
You get a 3-card hand though, man. This is your chance.
It is the chance.
Pump, red arrow. You set this turn up. You knew it was going to show up.
It's the whole moment. No, I had to scramble. I had a boogie there in the
Yeah,
middle.
you did. I'll arsenal pass.
You were doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah. And I had the crazier turn that you almost got to experience.
It was close, wasn't it?
Now this is the turn that we set up.
Yeah. Genius that we are.
Yeah, you know how genius I am.
Well, given that you set it up, I know actually these, so I like these.
They're so good. I'm proud of myself.
Let's go Buzz in at +1.
Mm-hmm.
And then shoot it. And fuse it.
So I have to cover it up.
Yeah.
4 damage.
You can't just spend a 3 on it. That's my goal. Deck is pure or Ida at this point, says Ryan.
You coming for 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're at 1.
I'm at 1. Yeah, 1 arcane would do it there.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Trying to prevent that from happening.
I didn't see you pitch it.
What's that?
The lightning press. That could end me. If
This
I'm not
would be
careful.
something else, wouldn't it?
So I may as well block it.
Wouldn't it be something?
And this is just a good lesson, I think, because I could be conservative for no good reason. I'll block for 7.
Can you send 1 arcane?
Yeah.
Well, then yeah. Block for 7. And say hi to your mama.
I'm gonna Bramble Spark from Arsenal, Red and Twine Lightning. 1 arcane coming in.
Okay, I can't block that. You win. But we did have this set up, right? So we got the, you can Sin and Twine, fusing the Heaven's Claws, and then probably pitch Heaven's Claws, and then we've got to hit the next cycle has got to be a Flake Out at 5 Dominate. That's probably our best.
You got some yellows in there.
We were there.
Hey, Patrick Bateman saying, I just got my Monarch case bundle from you guys 3 days early. First from Team Covenant. Thank you both for the peerless content and what the other dudes said. Thanks for giving me this game.
Thank you.
Hey,
thanks.
You guys are so kind. Steven's on a quest to get good reviews.
I would love
on
some
the
more
website
reviews,
and on
yeah.
our Facebook page.
I love more reviews.
Go there. Yeah, that was super close. So this was the turn I set up. I mean, I'm never going to get a 4-card hand.
Yeah.
But I had Bramble and Arsenal with a fusion. And then I had Entwine Lightning, ability to fuse it. Or Weave Lightning. Like I can Entwine Lightning, go again.
You're just Bramble into anything. How many more Brambles are in that deck? You got a Singeing too?
That's it, yeah.
You got pinging for days.
But like the biggest version of this turn, if I happen to get you to block out last turn, is fuse Bramble into Entwine, fusing here to give go again. Weave Lightning, play this for 6.
With the embodiment.
7, 8, with the embodiment. So.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross stuff.
And then from there it was, not
all right,
great.
I'm gonna swap into Guardian cards.
How long is it gonna take you? Not very long.
5 seconds, yeah. Longer than 5 seconds.
Well, I'm not gonna build another seal pool. We'll savor it. We'll have the last seal be next week.
Let's see if Oldhim can. I really just don't win with Oldhim, so I'm curious to see how I can change that math.
I won the top 8 draft at Sealed Saturday with Oldhim. Plus our highest.
Yeah.
Just like
Had
under
something
your
to
breath.
do with it. Yeah, plus our advice. Hard advice.
Cardboard Cast saying, now that I've gotten some good sleep, I can say this weekend has me more excited for FAB. I love this community. Can't wait to see what's next. Yeah, those big events are weird for that reason. The only thing you want to do after you play all weekend long at a giant tournament and finally get some rest is play more. It's crazy. It's intoxicating.
Like that Britney Spears song.
Intoxicating?
Yeah, toxic.
Okay. It's like, it's close. I just don't know what the right word is.
Okay, Oldhim, what are you doing anyway?
Josh Hogan saying, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys build in CC. I mean, you know what's really fascinating to me about this is we essentially got 3 new heroes. So, of course, we'll explore there and build those heroes and whatnot. But, like, most of the old decks didn't get anything.
Yeah, pretty normal, huh?
And so, like, there's tweaking for, like, the meta and how aggressive it is, etc. But, like, I don't know. My Bravo deck doesn't change that much after that set. And there was a Guardian in the set.
No, it really doesn't.
You put Terra Sunder in. Right in.
You put Terra Sunder in.
And then
Stupid
it's
card.
unfortunate, but, like, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not going to make a definitive statement, but, like, I do think it's possible that I'm right. It's just, I know it's crazy to believe, but it's possible I'm wrong. But Thump to me is not lighting my constructed world on fire.
No, I don't think so. My constructed world.
I feel like you made that way closer than I wanted that to be.
That's what I'm in the business of doing.
Yeah. I do think my sequencing on my big turn was... I could have settled for a little less, but to guarantee a really good follow-up turn.
It's almost always right in this game. You and I are both figuring that out. Patience is everything.
Yeah, because, like, I did some extra damage that one turn, but my next turn was weaker, so that's actually what let you back in the game.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to just fully block out. But, just sealed things.
Yeah, potato. Now, which of these ice cards do you play in Oldhim? Do you play your So's in Oldhim?
Are they blue?
No.
So,
it's a pointless card, really. It's fine.
I don't mind the red-yellow ice earth pitch on the defense reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to spend 2 cards. But, like, so tomorrow...
What's it doing, really, for you?
Nothing. Unless you're really going fatigue. Like, truly fatigue.
Like even you're tired. It's like so fatigued.
Everyone's tired.
Yeah. So much fatigue. All right, I'm going to start with the things I'm definitely playing. I'm playing these Yellow Autumn's Touches because they block for 3, and they're playable. I'm playing this Red Break Ground because it's a 7. I'm playing this Red Burgeoning because it's a 7. And I'm playing this Red Earth Surge because I'm not an idiot.
Because it's one of the greatest cards in the format.
So there we go. 2 for 5 on its face. Doesn't look great, but my gosh. I'm playing this Fulminate because I've got style. I'm playing this blue Evergreen because it is a 3 cost for the hammer. I'm also playing all of my blues in Oldham, just to give me a little 3-block blue action. We definitely want those guys in there.
Yeah, the 3-block blues, especially the ones that cost 3.
Do you even play Blue and Bolden?
I play Blue and Bolden, absolutely.
And everybody's happy.
Blocks for 3, it's blue, and it lets your hammer swing for 4. You never play it.
It's a good axis.
But
never. I hardly ever win with Oldham, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Okay, we've got our hammer cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We also want to get our relevant attacks. I like these yellow Entangles and yellow Glacier. I don't like them, but I play them. And then I'll go here.
Red Snow Under, let's go.
Binding Gale's a question mark. We'll come back to Icy Encounter.
Man.
I probably side this in Briar. I like it in Briar. Against Briar, rather.
Yeah, she's really the only one that goes wide enough that matters.
Yeah. That's why I shouldn't have been playing against Oldham. Lots of problems in those matches.
I agree with you, Josh. He's saying So Tomorrow is amazing if you pull the copy of Oak and Old or Endless Winter.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, getting cards back that are that good.
That's very relevant.
But if you don't have those cards, less relevant.
I'm playing my Weave Ice and my Ice Quake. Pumps are good. Gives you the ability to... And these are also just great throw to the reaction.
Yeah.
Blue Ice cards, I'm gonna take those as well for that reaction. I like these yellow ice cards too for the same reason you're talking about. It's like yellow red or yellow yellow. Yeah. It's really nice. Yeah. Blue Ambit of Ice is fine. It's easily cuttable.
Yeah, it's as you saw there, both like it's easy for your deck to get watered down at the end because you have all those blues. Yeah. Oldham is particularly good at not doing that.
It's true.
He sometimes at the bottom of his deck is loaded because use that reaction to put the yellows and reds on bottom. And you want to save the blue to swing the hammer. So your pattern a lot of times is like red, yellow, blue, or yellow, yellow, blue. And that's a good pattern at the end of the game.
Yeah. Strunk.
Yeah, because you can keep doing the reaction combo and swinging the hammer with that same pattern at the end. Or if they give you any breathing room, a lot of times you can use the blue to pay for the red.
And then it becomes inevitable. You're in the Strength of Sequoia yet?
No. But, you know, mileage may vary. I am no sealed master.
I mean, it's not ever, I don't ever want to play it. I would play it at 1 probably. Like a strength into a burgeoning off of blue is fine. But man, 2 and 2, what do you even do with that turn?
Burgeoning or all attacks get plus?
No, just the fact that you could play it that turn and then also attack. Because the problem is, if you just do this on your turn, you're about to take a beating. And then this pops and does nothing.
Yeah, that is the problem.
But it's not always the Guardian Aura problem.
Yeah, okay. Here we are.
Glad I'm not alone in that.
Took me about 2 games with the Towering Titan to be like, I don't know. Turn 1, a great card to play. You're just like, hey.
Hey. Don't write yourself. Okay.
Even then, I had a turn where I got the Glacial Footsteps turn 1 with 3 blues. It's like, all right, play it. Pass. And then I drew 4 non-attacks.
Yep. My gosh.
It'll just break your heart.
This game. It's a heartbreaker. All right, let's look at what our spread here is. I've got tons of ice. I've got ice in different area codes on this one. And I've got a lot of things that want ice, so that's good. And then we've got some decent reds there.
He's an ice man.
And I've got a lot of it. I've got these entangles here, and I have enough earth to really power those, so that's fine. I've got a decent amount of earth, yeah. So I'm good on the reactions here. I'm good on everything. I feel good about that. Where are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 20, 29. We get a 30th card. Good options here are red Icy, red Binding Gale.
We did it.
For you. For you specifically. You can play that red Polar Blast. You can absolutely play that card.
Do you draw a card when you play it?
From Arsenal.
Huh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. like I said, is playable. Sotomara red's playable. Sotomara yellow's playable. Very playable. Yellow Sotomara should be in here. I'm going to add one right now. There it is. So
well,
playable.
boom.
We're playing it. Boom. There it is. I like those yellows. Yellow break ground. We should probably be playing that. It blocks for 2 though.
Yeah, Oldham doesn't mind playing, above the 30.
Kind of. Talked about this with somebody.
Not me. I play 30 straight.
Which is like Oldham. The advantage of Oldham is you don't have to dilute your deck to play Fatigue, right?
Yeah.
Because half your cards are going to the bottom of the deck anyway when you react. So play your strongest cards and still get the advantage of Fatigue, right? Isn't that the way that should work on a theory level?
I think it's what you want it to do. Agent Zero, I finally made it. How's it going, y'all?
What's up, Agent Zero?
Going well. I'm just educating Steven on this game.
Oh, yeah?
As in barely beating Lexi without any equipment. Mildly embarrassing, honestly. I should have dunked on him.
But sometimes you eat the bar and, well...
Sometimes the bar eats you.
Sometimes the bar eats you. Now, this one's going to go weird.
Guy Rooney. Hey, guys. I'm just getting into Flesh and Blood and bought a few Blitz decks. What do I do next? Should I go for a booster box? Should you recommend buying singles? So my recommendation would be pick up a couple boxes. Like we have a Welcome to Monarch bundle. Not a bad place to start. If you can find a couple boxes like Welcome to Wraith, that would be fine too. And just play sealed. Open 6 packs. Build a deck out of it. Play it. That's a great way to learn the heroes and learn the card pool. And then usually the first 3 or 4 boxes from each set is a more cost-efficient way to pick up cards than
All singles.
Because you just get that base of commons and rares, and then you'll pull some good stuff. And if you don't want that stuff, you can trade hopefully into what you're after. So that's definitely the way I would start. But if you're looking to literally spend like $100 and have a playable deck, singles is the only way to, I think, get that done.
And I love choosing a hero. That's what I always tell people. Choose your favorite hero. Just look at all the heroes. They've got it on the website, Heroes of Wraith, right? You can look through all the heroes, see what appeals. You can even see like how they play. So you can watch some gameplay videos of those decks being played. And then this is the kind of game, like if you just want to play 1 or 2 heroes, you can pick up that deck and just run with it. There's a lot of equipment that can be shared between heroes too, like your Arcanite Skullcaps, your CNCs, Art of War. All those generics that are crazy expensive are expensive because every hero probably plays them, which means you buy your playset and you get them for all the heroes you want to play in the future too. So that's nice. All right, let's see what Oldham does here. I'm just going to play fundies, man. I'm not doing anything fancy.
Evens or odds?
Evens.
It's odd. I will go second.
And take with Glacial to the face here.
Let's go.
Deep Blue Runaways. Put them on my hands.
These boots were made for my hands.
These boots were made for handstanding. And that's just what they'll do. In one of these days, boots. Okay. Yeah, check this out. Let's play an Emerging Avalanche. Pitch for that there. I'm going to fuse it with this Weave Ice, give you a Frostbite token.
It's a good start.
And then I'm going to Arsenal.
It's a good start. All right. Let's play a yellow Singeing for 2. 1 arcane damage and a 3 damage deck.
Take 1.
Embodiment.
Singeing for 2.
3.
Singeing for 3.
Cost me 2. Smash.
Cost you 2. You've been
Now, immediately when I'm playing as Oldham, my strategy changes. So like even here,
what a fool.
I had a turn that could go a little wider and probably swing the sword. But in the middle of that, if you have an ice card, you could just put 1 on top of my deck.
I do have an ice card.
And that would be way worse for me. So I'm just taking it easy. Poking you. Getting set up.
Okay, so which card do we want under here? I'm going to use this one now because it's actually No. Okay. So I'm going to block 3. And then reactions, I'm going to pitch Chill to the Bone there. Let's put 1 on top.
Okay. I'll pass.
Pass.
Arsenal, over to you.
Okay. Emerging Avalanche, +2. You wanted that Frostbite, right? Last turn?
Yeah. Okay. Pay 2 for 1 cost.
Good. Excellent. Well, that's interesting. All right. Let's just pitch Burgeoning 9. It's a red Burgeoning. Boots remain for walking.
Not bad.
Yeah.
No block. Go to reactions.
Pass.
Well, boom. Take 1. I'll take 6.
Good exchange. Good exchange. Arsenal.
Do you like the boom? What got you there?
Well, boom. You take 1, I take 6. It's like, that's not really a boom moment, is it?
Boom is a very flexible word.
It's a flexible one, yeah.
It's very funny. Okay. Let's Weave Lightning. You see? Yeah. Then we will stir the Wildwood. Fusing it, showing these red so tomorrow. So it's coming in at 5, 6, 7 with go again.
What's the go again for?
Weave Lightning. If it's fused, it also gains go again.
That's the point of the card, I guess, eh?
Yeah, and I fused it, so it gets +2/+2, so it's a +7.
Yeah.
But you can nuke this card. I just have a floating resource for reasons. Swords might be involved, I don't know. But this is a great example of, like, if you can cover it up and do the double react somehow, you can stop the arcane.
Yeah, that's good business right
I
there.
love Holden. Hills in state.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Hold on.
Just occurred to me that you were floating in space.
Okay, this is a weird one. We probably are just going to hang out with this. So we go 4, and then the question is it worth it to sit on... Oof. Eesh. Huh. Okay. All right. Okay. And you've got a red so tomorrow there.
Yep.
Red so tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So then we block. Okay. So let's go. Let's block that for 3. Reactions to you. Reactions to me. Let's play a red Biting Gale. Pitch here and fuse it. Discard a card or pay 2.
Well, dang. We'll discard it.
All right. Over to you.
Swing a sword for 2 and 2.
All right. I'll block 2, take 2. Yeah. Just waiting.
That's how he plays.
Just waiting. I've been alive for 1,000 years.
He is the father of eternity or whatever.
Should use those runaways already, huh?
You? I don't know.
You push me all night long. I'm in you.
That's Arcanic Shockwave, showing you a red Lightning Surge. 1 Arcane Image coming in.
Okay.
Oh, boom.
Arcanic Shockwave.
For 2.
That's it. You got no funny business whatsoever here.
I mean, you never know.
I do know. I so know. Wow. Little blue light. Should I wait on these runaways or use them? Brendan would tell me to use them right now.
I mean, why wait?
I feel like I want to use them to prevent the embodiment of Earth.
Like
one
a hit
day,
effect,
you know?
yeah.
Like I block a 2 and then prevent the.
Well, you can try not using them and see how we feel later.
I don't like that embodiment. I feel like anytime I'm not blocking, I'm doing it wrong. Should I cash this turn in or not? I can drop the Earthlore Surge here and then have it on top for the plume.
I like that.
I'd rather play it.
Sounds like Red Weave Earth with a plume of Evergrowth. It is just so much value.
It's just there's so much value there. It makes you sick.
It literally makes me sick. Agent Zero saying I'm super stoked for the TC Armory League tonight. Me too. If you're not a part of that, I think we already charged for next month. We have a weekly league night on Tuesday nights. FAB. A lot of people come hang out that aren't even a part of the league. Next one starts in December. We usually charge a week or two beforehand. So if you want to join that, check out the website. It's a good time. The culture there. Heard from a lot of people this weekend that are part of that. And a lot of great commentary on that.
Oh. Well, that's even better here. Okay. Yeah, let's do that then. I'm going to block with that thumb.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and Red Lightning Press. Plus
All right.
3.
I'm going to take... Oh, I'm glad I overblocked there. I'm going to take 2.
Yeah. Get embodiment. Arsenal pass.
Right.
Don't want that in my hand.
All right, let's play Weave Ice from Arsenal into an Icy Encounter. So cold. 8 damage if it hits. You get a Frostbite token.
Oh, no Dominate. No Dominate.
No Dominate. Zimo asking, so if it says, just look at next league starts. I think we've already charged for November, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you sign up now and then you get into December. And it don't matter. That's true. What game next has the right of it? You can always just show up Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. There's always people looking to play. Some people don't show up for their league games, and then you can get a game in.
Huh. Frostbite's annoying.
Yeah. Like ice. You gotta watch yourself too, everybody. Watch yourself. You playing in Nationals? A lot of cards don't buff this card. I almost made that devastating mistake. Weave Ice doesn't buff Thump.
Yeah. Ice or Elemental.
That's right.
Yeah.
Many a limited game was lost on that. You gonna block all that? Hey.
Don't know yet.
Hey, you're gonna lose some cards here in the long term of the game. Lose a hand. Get about 8 of them.
Well, the Frostbite makes it weird.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I know. All right, this is the play. Block 3.
All right.
Take how many?
4 and a Frostbite. I'm sorry, 8 minus 3. 5 and a Frostbite.
Yeah, see,
Your opponent doesn't know how much they're taking. They're definitely making the right play.
you just gotta, you gotta give your opponent chances.
This is the right
to tell
play.
you
How
the
much
wrong
am I
thing.
taking? Like a alligator abacus. Snapping in there.
Oh, sweet.
Yowza.
Sweet. All right, cost me 1. Cost me 1. Let's pay 1.
I'm excited to see where this goes. We're all along for the ride here, aren't we?
Lightning Surge for 4 would go again.
Get rid of this game.
Yeah.
It scares me. 4 with go again.
We are all along for the ride with this one.
4 with go again.
there's a few distinct plays. I had to basically factor in your ice reaction here. You can really mess up if you don't factor in the ice reaction.
I agree with that.
Like, it can be devastatingly bad. You do turns that do nothing. That's how you lose this game.
Yeah, you don't want a nothing turn. 4 with go again. Currently do not have a non-attack action card.
Also, I don't know if you mentioned it to Zima or not, but there's plenty of people hanging out playing. I say what game next, saying the same thing. So you can definitely get your camera set up and try it even before you've officially signed up and are a part of the league.
Block 3.
Take one?
Taking 1.
Can you do me a favor?
I've got some reactions.
Yeah, call me in the morning.
Before I
So you're not
take
taking one.
I'm not taking one yet. How many cards you got?
2.
2.
Remember my big brain was factoring for you doing
Definitely factored that for sure. All right, let's do a double reaction.
So you're not taking one at all.
I'm not taking one at all. No. I'll prevent the next one, and then you will put a card on the top of your deck there.
You want to gain health back, or did you not lose it in the first place?
I didn't lose it.
So you have a prevent one floating?
What's up, Drayden? Did Drayden go to Cincinnati?
Mm.
I have a prevent one floating in it.
Alright, I'll put this on top. Back to me.
Yeah.
Swings for 2.
One's prevented, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah. Arsenal back.
Let's pitch your hammer for 3. Run away, run away, run away. And Shimona. That's my Michael Jackson noise.
Block for 3.
Crushes at parties, come on. Shimona. I don't even know if that's real.
It basically sounds like he's in the room.
Yeah. All right, what's next? What's next?
Loudy.
Bring it on. These good blocks are making me tired.
Yeah. Let's just autumn touch for 7.
Oh, now we can get behind that play.
Just waiting for the right turn to show up.
That's right.
Gotta be patient against the old man.
7.
Basic 7, man.
Just 7, huh? Just 7. Well, I think the idea here is you pay... Well, yeah, these are... Yeah, maybe I need to be more patient, too. Wait a minute. Maybe it works for me, too.
Yeah, block and swing the hammer. Come on now.
Block 9 and swing? Or... Yeah, I just gotta hold the right cards, don't I? Or...
Block
No,
6, react.
I refuse. I'll block 3.
Take 4.
Take it 4.
Do me a favor.
I will call you in the morning for
Okay,
sure.
thanks, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna block there. Don't worry about that. May as well, right? I'd rather have that in the late game, you know. Earth 4.
Sure.
Snow Under for 7 plus 5 is 12. Also known as a 2-card block in the neighborhood. Here in what I've learned from Arby's.
This is gonna blow your mind.
Eating good in the neighborhood or whatever. How many turn timbers you pull?
Block for 4.
Nice.
You didn't fuse.
No.
Alright, so take 8.
12 minus 4 is 8. Yeah, that puts you at 1 there, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Well, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. We got some information out of that one. Got some information there.
I won't say why I did it. I'll just say that I needed to do it.
Oh, man. We live in funny times, don't we? Funny.
You're at 8?
I have 8 health, yeah. This is called Old Him Beef.
We has the beast. All right.
We have the beefs. Famous slogan.
We have the beefs. Oh, man. That was just unfortunate.
Did you hold 2 ball lightnings there? How many? 2 or 1?
Close. Let's just say I had 2 cards I couldn't do anything with.
You're a good deck builder, man.
Let's end it there.
So I was right to swing back. I'll just keep track of all the times I'm right and forget the times I'm wrong.
That's one way to do it, yeah. For sure. All right, let's
You seen a ghost over there?
let's plume. Let's get this autumn touch back.
Oh, we're reaching now. We're going for the autumn's touch. Here we go.
It's Cracker Jacks.
We gotta threaten 8.
And autumn's touch right. You have to threaten it.
Yeah, you do. That's really smart. People should pay attention to that.
I used 2 pieces of equipment to threaten lethal here to make
Yeah,
sure I got
really
a card out
good.
of
You
hand.
had to really.
Because you got the ice card and you got the glacial footsteps. I just died.
I do right now. I do have that.
Yeah, so you got to get the cards going,
Yeah.
And then you got to decide, is it worth spending it when you don't have dominate? Because then I can just cover it up, and if you draw potatoes, it's bad. I mean, I don't know. Here we are.
Yeah.
Plus, it's pretty terrifying. Like, even if you block 3 or something, to go down to 3, that can go wrong a lot.
Yeah, it can go wrong. Brian,
Yeah, look at this. This is what happened to me on Saturday. One of these hands. 2 no blocks. I had 3 no blocks, though. And they just kept swinging.
You better watch yourself on those.
And I had like 2 embodiments sitting there. It was devastating.
Man, 1 is such like an unhelpful amount for you. So you're going to get 1 embodiment off of this?
If it hits, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to happen. But I'm gonna earn my keep though. So I'll take 3. 5 minus 8, or 5 minus 8, 8 minus 5, as you do. A lesser person would have just swung the hammer here for 4, but the greater of us break ground for 7.
I don't think that's wrong.
I think you got a block with 3 there, and judging by your previous hands, you may be able to block for anything.
I can block. Thank the maker.
I think that'll buy me 1 extra card next turn.
Just all the hits now.
We're playing better than we used to, for sure.
I think so. Block for 9.
Yeah. Shuffle those cards away before I see how good they are.
Yeah.
All the heat, yeah, the gasoline. Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I'll block with you.
All right, mine. Bramble Spark. Red Ball Lightning for 2 arcane.
That's good.
Get my embodiment.
That's real good.
Yeah. Thanks.
You didn't fuse that guy?
Nope. But I am threatening lethal. So I got you down and you got a block of cards.
That's right.
And you can't even do the whole like defense reaction thing. 2 is not enough.
You got no cards left? I bought a card there, right? So you're gonna come back in with 4. I really need this to be coming in at 1 more.
Got one of those yellow 6s. I know it. You know it. We all know you got that yellow 6. That's why the 7's so important.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
It kills me.
Okay.
Any idea on the timeline of that video? I keep wanting to reference a video that doesn't exist.
You got that that embodiment is a real pain.
Yeah, I did a lot of work there. Make sure that happened.
Why do they let that work, you know?
And on the 7th day, the Lord created a broom blade.
Yeah, right? Why?
And on the 8th day, he created another broom blade.
Yeah, he just kept making rune blades. What's his deal?
So good.
You got no cards in hand.
None.
Okay.
No. You've taken me to the brink.
So you're swinging in for 3 with ball lightning. Then I'm going to block.
Yeah.
Check. I could also fulminate to block this. Check. But then, let's say pitch.
Greedy entertainment at the
Pitch.
8th day joke. There's skeletons. Dead.
So we can't do all these things. We cannot do all these things. So we need to reconsider what we can do. What can we do?
I think JFK said something about that.
That's right. That's almost verbatim.
Yeah.
We can get 2 out for sure. I mean, you got to block 2 there, but you could also be in a situation all your non-attacks are going to come in at 3. So that's just the 2 cards out of hand. You maybe pitch, swing, sword, arsenal. I drop 1. I come in at 3. All right, I'm going to make a risky play. Risky. Block for 3 there.
Pass.
A lot more action on my side of the table, let me tell you.
I was trying to say that as flat as possible. I think I did a good job.
So the weird thing here, right, is...
Now I keep... You're on the tuna.
I mean, hammer for 4 is 2 cards. There's no way that's not true, right? You don't have any... Well, you can have a sigil for 4.
If I have any non-attacks, I block for 3, naturally.
Do those exist?
Force of nature. Good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Your face. Not in my discard pile. You have seen it in this deck. That would be a special card in this moment.
How many cards you got in your deck there?
8. You did see me pitch it really early.
Sure did.
But, you know, odds of it being in my hand, about 50-50.
I need to roll into a...
My grandpa always said, the way I see it, the odds are 50-50. It's either going to happen or it's not. He did actually say that. That's
He
real.
did actually say that, yeah. Funny, isn't it? Yeah, man, I think, you know, like, I kind of had this... I had one idea first when I was blocking, and now I have a new idea.
That's when things get real interesting. And by interesting, I mean typically that's when they go
Because
sideways.
hammer for 4 is the same thing as a 6 damage attack here, right? Barring force of nature. So that's relevant. That's still relevant. Okay. All right. But this card is almost unplayable out of the arsenal. So I guess we'll see if that's true. All right, I'm going to send... I guess I could send it down. Yeah, I'll do that there. Swing it on and touch for 6 at you.
I'll tell you something. 4 would have been way worse.
For me?
Yeah.
Good. Did you have the force of nature?
No. But I'll tell you my math in a second after I figure out how
Okay.
I'm blocking.
Sound of a hot air balloon. This really shouldn't be in my arsenal. I'm making a mistake by doing this. Just want you to know that.
We're going...
I think I should probably deep blue this card and put this in the arsenal. Let everybody know that I think that's true. I just have to pitch, play. Oh.
We're going to block for 6. So...
Okay.
The reason 4 is better for me is that I have an attack in hand that blocks for 2. And I would way rather have blocked with Blue Earth Lore and the attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then Electrify would still be in hand. So what I'm going to actually do is Burgeoning for 5. But I would way rather Arcanic fuse with Electrify, put Electrify in Arsenal.
Yeah.
So that's what that prevented.
All right, I feel that.
Greedy, I was there all weekend. I was just busy losing. I'm just kidding. I didn't lose.
I didn't lose.
But yeah, I was just in the Calling and the ProQuest. And drinking coffee.
Definitely wasn't losing.
I did lose.
Let it be known.
Losing's learning, you know?
Losing is learning. That's a good way to think about it. Potato salad.
At least you won't be hungry.
I think if I just keep slamming 6s at you, it's going to be really awkward for you to do anything
Well,
meaningful.
once I don't have my embodiments, it gets really hard.
Yeah. All right, let's block this for 5.
Yeah, you got it.
And then I'm sending it back at 6. Yellow entangled in. The hope would be that you have to block with 3 here. 3, 2, 2. Given that I've tracked your pitch meticulously this whole game, I know that that's what's going to happen.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. See, this is why limit is so important for a game, man. Like, we can have this experience at any time with Tales of Aria Unlimited First Edition, doesn't matter. If I only wanted these cards to play in Constructed, there's no reason for me to ever touch this set again.
Mm-hmm.
Make a game out of the game. Game squared.
I've got to close this.
That's right. You got 2 hands left?
Mm-hmm. Block 6.
Interesting.
I know, weird.
I've only got 3 hands either.
Just swing the sword for 2.
1 card in hand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question becomes, can we close it or not? Can we close it? Let's see what it looks like. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. So we go 3. Bada boom, bada boom. And then, okay, yeah. So that's very interesting, dude. 1, 2, 3 here. Play those off of this guy. And then we got a blue coming in for 5. I mean, how devastating is a 10 damage attack? It's not worth going down to 1. I can tell you that right now. You're supposed to keep it easy. Keep it easy.
Now, a 10 damage attack is probably a full block, right?
Maybe, but if you have Sigil, I lose. But you don't. You would have played it. You wouldn't have pitched it all the way down there.
You remember me pitching it?
No, you didn't pitch it. You played it. Played it early.
I think a 10 block is absolutely...
Game ending? Because you could still cheekily come back for 1 weird arcane out of Arsenal or something weird, right?
That's... Well, what's a 0 arcane?
And you'd have to arcanic.
If it truly is 10, I have to block with every card. I don't know that there's an out.
You don't think so?
If you're swinging for 10, these cards do not block for 10.
Are you bamboozling me?
What I will say is, if I could block with just 3 cards, this is an arcane damage on top.
Yeah.
That's the...
Yeah.
I don't know that
It's
you have a
gotta be.
10, but that's what I'm trying to set up.
It's got to be. So you come in with 1 embodiment.
Nope. That's only attack actions.
Uh-huh. So you come in with nothing. It's just how hard do you want to go here?
You can't swing for 10 anyway? With deep blue out?
I can swing for 10.
Like, you can't cover this up and swing for 10?
No. No. I don't have the right cards for that. I'm down here in potato land, man. I'm ready to swing this hammer.
Where people pitch and no one knows what's going on.
Whoa, how'd these cards get down here?
Yeah.
Why are they worse than my early game? Let me make sure it's actually 10. 5 plus 5 is 10, is that right?
That checks out, yeah.
All right, I'll take it. Let's see if we're right.
According to Miss Douglas. Math will check out.
All right, let's play a Fulminate from Arsenal, the card I never thought I'd play out
Oh,
of
sweet Bojangles.
And we're going to fuse Earth right there.
God.
That's so tomorrow. And we're going to play an Ice Quake. Sweet Bojangles indeed. We're going to deep blue. Put this one under. Send that one to me later. And then pay 3 for an evergreen. Coming in for 10.
Just so we're aware, if you just swing the hammer this turn...
Off of a 5-card hand, if I just swing the hammer, it's bad?
Well, you were like, I'm just ready to swing the hammer.
Well, I block everything and then swing the hammer. Right.
I know, but if you block that 2 I did, and then you swing the hammer...
And the ice?
Ice what?
Ice says what? And the ice reaction to put it back? You had 1 card in hand that I could have put back.
That would be fine.
Yeah. I still lose, huh? You can do 3?
I don't think you lose. It just gets good. All right, how many coming for?
You wouldn't lose. It's just...
Block for 6.
All right.
Got a reaction.
Pass.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be so funny? No, you should have been tracking. You know, I can't block with this hand.
Yeah, that's right. But, so, you should probably just shouldn't do this, especially if you don't know the answer, right?
But, I mean, like, if you were half paying attention, you know I can't kill you here.
Yeah, but you know I'm not half paying attention.
You're just...
It's on stream, baby. We're living large, man. Where the bottom of your deck is a complete mystery.
Yeah, so... I mean, my best turn here, if you just whiff, is Ball Lightning into Growth, doing 2 Arcane, swing the sword.
Yeah.
That's the hand.
All your good cards are blue.
Yeah, they are.
What's up with that?
It just keeps happening to me.
Man, you're getting blued out. Nice.
Look at that. You broke your old him streak, though.
That's
a good
right.
game. You played it well.
Just one. That's right. That's what you can do. All right, let's get out of here.
We did it. That was Tales of Aria. So here's the plan.
That was Tales of Aria. Concluded.
Next week, we're going to draft or do sealed one more time. Then...
So that's not the end of Tales of Aria. I was bamboozled. Thought this was the last one.
I've got these packs over here sitting there. And then...
Don't you want to play some Constructed?
The weekend... Next weekend, though, is when I'm in Florida playing more Constructed than I cared to think about.
Right.
And we'll have a ton...
But don't you want to practice?
Well, sort of, but like I think stream-wise is way more interesting after the event to play the decks that
Play the gauntlet.
are actually the decks.
You don't think the ones that we're playing are the good ones?
I don't know. I'm slapping some fish around, but like... Who knows? Maybe the fish end up being the best salmon you've ever had, or maybe they just end up being stinky.
Maybe it's just slapped fish.
Yeah. But then to me that's a really good break
Put
point.
that on a T-shirt, would you? You know,
Winning is hard.
Being stinky fish. Like, what?
Yeah. Anyways, and then I'll go to Florida. I'll win the national championship.
Yeah.
I'll come back. We'll talk about that on Tuesday, and we'll start.
What was it like?
And we're gonna talk about Constructed, who won,
Nationals?
what was good, why we think it worked.
Are you playing? What are you playing in Nationals? You playing Vis or not?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't matter. Nobody
So,
cares. Nobody's gonna tech for Vis.
Oh, yeah. If I decide to go Vis,
They already know. They've tested Vis and they said Vis isn't very good. And they're like, oh, Zach's playing Vis. It's not very good.
Still not very good. Yeah. Well, one of the chief advantages of playing Visceray is that most people, when they're playing against you, are like, yeah, I haven't tested this match yet.
That's the way I was with Alexia with Azalea, too. And like, oh, my first time playing against Ranger. Yeah, well,
I mean, I think
for a good reason.
There's 100% chance, not 100, there's an 80% chance I'm on a Room Blade.
Yeah.
And a 20% chance I'm on Bravo.
Card book kind of forces you.
Bravo's my insurance policy.
It's so boring. Don't play Bravo. That's not what you're into. You're playing Visceray, man. Come on, you know you're playing Vis.
To the moon.
This guy knows.
We'll see.
Visceray. I'm not playing anything.
I'll
I'm
have a
getting
better
out of here.
idea next weekend or next week.
I try to not go to Florida.
Oh my god, Bravo picture.
I try my best. Florida to me is like you're just asking for things to go wrong if you go to Florida. So I don't go.
The first time I ever heard of a sinkhole, I was in Florida. Like, you heard about that sinkhole a couple months ago? It's like, what's a sinkhole? It's like
Florida stuff.
Where am I and why am I here?
Why is the Earth suddenly disappearing?
Yeah.
We're in Florida.
Because this is how it works here, I guess.
Zaber says CFB needs to hire us to do the commentary for all the callings because us two rock.
Well, hey, I appreciate that.
Well, we're playing, you know? We got to play the game.
Yeah, I do enjoy playing.
I would do some commentary, though, considering it's only going to get worse for us in terms of doing well at these events. So we pivot to something that we can actually do well.
You got to get your wins early.
Yeah, get the wins early. See, I've spiked it. I had my 8-0 run, and I'm never playing again, and I'll just do commentary and talk about the glory days.
That's right.
Yeah, remember back in my day, Weave Ice? Whoa, God was so
that
good.
card was crazy.
That card was great. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks so much. We'd appreciate any reviews that you want to leave. That's kind of the marketing focus of the stream.
Undercurrent.
You can go to our website, sign into your account, click on any of the products you bought, leave a review if you dig them. If you don't dig them,
or
just don't say anything.
Head to facebook.com/Team Covenant.
That's right.
Click reviews and leave a review.
Yeah, that's where that's where you can imagine the Facebook reviews that can come through.
Yeah, if you haven't checked them out, you can.
It's a bad man. Facebook's having a tough one, aren't they?
Man, I love it.
Yeah, has anybody ever felt sympathy for Zuckerberg?
No.
Like, it's the same way that droids are treated in Star Wars, you know?
He was kind of a droid.
It's just like, well, these things clearly have no feelings, so what's it matter?
Yeah.
I was always struck by that in Star Wars. Like, you know, the droids weren't even imagined to be meaningful at all.
Yeah, they
were
were
like, oh, this stupid
like,
droid.
Yeah.
Like, no, just throw his head over here. I don't care. It's a droid.
Their characters were given emotions.
That's right.
Which is why it's funny.
It is funny. Just like Zuckerberg, I think, was given emotions. I just haven't seen it yet.
This barbecue is my favorite.
Sweet Baby Ray's, man.
Sweet Baby
That
Ray's,
guy knows how to have a cookout. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, if there's one person I want to have a cookout with, it's definitely Mark.
Yeah,
it's a fun guy.
It's interesting
Fun
on the
guy.
Facebook topic there because, like, while we are saying go leave us a review, there's just a small part of me that's like, should we just delete this? We're not going to.
Like the whole Facebook page?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bigger than small part of me as well. So
yeah, it's just.
But what's gonna happen is people are gonna Google you up, and then it's like, what is this covenant? And then it's like, oh, well, they have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
They have a Twitter account.
They now have a bunch of really positive reviews recently.
1,000 5-star reviews
from everyone watching this video.
Everybody loves them. And then they're like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll buy the singles, and then they have a good experience, and then we get a customer. But if you don't have that Facebook page, you know, there's so many fly-by-night tabletop gaming weirdos out there. That,
even if you just see a Facebook page with a certain number of fans that consistently posts and is getting a certain number of likes on the post and stuff, obviously it makes it look legitimate.
Makes it appear legitimate, yeah.
Doesn't mean they are.
It's all just a game.
But the Blevin says, how's it going, guys? It's great, but we're leaving. So have a great evening.
Take care. We'll see you guys next week or hopefully sooner.